Okay, there we are. Good evening, guys. Welcome to the podcast. It's nice to have you here. You guys on Discord can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, the
Yeah,
guys
what's
on
up, man?
stream, can you guys hear us? Maybe Dan say a word, something?
Welcome everybody to the podcast. How's everybody doing?
BakeeZy,
What's up, everybody, guys? Nice to see you
Glorious,
here.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
GhostFreak,
Hello.
Robin.
Welcome everybody.
Okay, so we are. I guess if you guys didn't hear one of the guests, please let us know. We didn't manage to do it on time with the overlay, but we're gonna get it from Kenny in a moment, and we're gonna add it. Yeah. So welcome, guys. My name is Red7, and I have the honor to be your host for tonight's podcast. For us, it's 8 p.m. CET. I think for Dan, it's 7 p.m. CET. No, GMT. I think it is for him.
Yeah,
So
it's
for
outside
us, it's in
Europe,
the
so-
evening. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the stream. As I said, my name is Red7. I would say before we start, let's just shift a bit and then let the guys introduce themselves. Normally we do like introduction and setting up the context and all that stuff. This time, let the guys introduce themselves so that you guys know them. And I'm gonna start with the layout that I have on my screen. That means I would start with Glorious. Glorious, say something about yourself, but don't introduce yourself, please, in 2 words. Say something about yourself. I don't know.
All
I
right.
come from this country and I'm this old. If you want to, of course, yeah. But be a bit more detailed, yeah.
Well, first of all, my name is Glorious Z. I'm a former PUBG competitive player. Been playing PUBG in the most highest competitive level you can play. What else? I'm 28 years old. I'm married, by the way, and I work with kids with special needs and also regular kids. What else? I started playing Tarkov because of Robin. He was the one who got me started playing Tarkov and also taught me this game. So he's my teacher and my sensei. And also, what? I've been playing this game for over a year now, and I've been only playing this game for the PvP reason. And like, I don't care about load. I don't care about anything else. It's only for the PvP rush, and that's actually it.
Okay, thank you. But Casey, you want to go next?
Yes, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is BakeeZy. I am from Russia. I used to be a competitive CS:GO player. I won a couple of events in CIS in Moscow and online and LAN tournaments. Then I came to play Tarkov. Tarkov now is my main game, and I am fourth in the Season 4 Escape from Tarkov leaderboard. So I'm pretty good. I used to be probably the best in the world in Escape from Tarkov, but right now I'm a little bit washed up. But thank you for having me here.
My
I would
pleasure,
love to
or
speak
our
about the
pleasure.
topic.
Okay, Dan.
How you doing, guys? My name is Dan. I'm a British Escape from Tarkov streamer. Been playing the game for over 2 years. Tarkov was my first ever game on PC. I actually switched over from console and bought my first little PC in order to play Tarkov because I was so obsessed with it. And a couple of months into playing the game, I was introduced to streaming and Twitch. A couple of guys were like, "Hey, this is Twitch." I was like, "Never seen this before, but hey, all right, let's give it a go." And yeah, 2 years later, still loving the game, still smashing it, and teaching people to play as much as I can, and having a good time. So yeah, thanks for having me, and let's get it on.
It's great to have you here. GhostFreak, it's your first time here. You are, without a doubt, one of the biggest streamers in this panel here, and we are very proud to have you here. The numbers are speaking, yeah, and that is the truth. Welcome, and thank you very much for accepting the invitation. Could you please introduce yourself and please mention the power problem and the internet problem? I'm really curious about it.
Hi, I'm GhostFreak. I'm a very old. They call me the boomer. Old competitive player for CS, Battlefield, and COD back in the day, and I love the Stalker series and the Tarkov series and Metro series. So I mean, pretty much keeping up with the lines. And I'm not the biggest streamer yet. I don't feel like the biggest streamer, but I am from Denmark, and I am currently not even in Denmark. Yes, I
Okay.
am in South Africa. I am busy doing some family business over here and getting everything sorted over here. And currently, we're all trying to live without power and no water at times
Damn,
in
man.
Africa. So that's me.
That's me. Robin?
That's me.
Hey guys, my name is Robin. I'm from Poland. I'm playing Tarkov for a few years now. Like my content on stream is all about basically PvP. I don't really care for loot and stuff like this. What else can I say? Yeah, happy to be here, guys. Oh yeah, and it's pretty important to know that I've been the best Mario player, and on European scene I was like only pro because I was the only one to claim myself a pro. So welcome, guys.
Is it true?
Yeah, man. No, like
It's
I mean,
100% true. I
I say
believe
it's true. So yeah.
Yeah,
I believe you.
let's take him on.
Okay, guys, my name is RedSeven. Welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure having these guys here, and it's a pleasure having you guys here as well. The guys who are watching us and maybe who are going to watch us tomorrow and the next days on YouTube. Welcome, guys. My name is RedSeven. As I said, I started full-time streaming maybe half a year, no, almost like 1 year ago, I would say.
Yeah, you started just when I did. I think 9 months.
Something like that, right? In August,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it was. I am Romanian, so I was born in Romania. I used to live in Spain for like 12 years, and now I live in Germany. I try to play as immersive as I can, together with Dan, I would say. So we are in this side, this right side, as you guys see them on my stream. We are representing the immersive side, but this tonight, what we are going to do, it's not going to be an aggressive versus immersive. But we're going to try to me and Dan, and together with you guys who are watching, we're going to try to learn something from the aggressive players. Yeah, so welcome to the stream. I would say let's move it on with some questions for the guys. And Kenny,
May I ask one question?
no no, go for it. Sure.
Can you please don't tweet that we are Tarkov pros, please? Don't ever do it again.
So before we start, before we start asking the questions, let me do one thing and clear this, because there is some things that we need to iron out. So I saw yesterday, after posting a tweet with the banner and so on, I saw some messages. Hey man, there are some other streamers which are the best ones at, you know. So first of all, the first point that I want to mention is when you create a banner and you set up a title, you cannot put in the title, according to my opinion, these guys are very good at Escape from Tarkov, but there are some more. No, you just do learning from the best, and then during the stream, you have the chance to explain what you were thinking, yeah? First of all. And then second of all, this podcast is not about RedSeven, it's not about GhostFreak, and it's not about DanExert. This podcast is for you, for the community. So we are here to represent the community in a way, and then to try to teach the community the ways of these masters. Now, there are other masters, like Quattro, for example, like Valak, like there some names that are coming right now in my mind, yeah? Don't laugh. If you guys are having a problem with it, it's my opinion, yeah?
No.
So, like Quattro, like Valak, there are guys like, for example, Deadly Slope, who is very good at immersive gameplay. Clean, Lundmark, I don't know what's the guy's name. I'm sorry, how is the name? Landmark. Okay, so there are a lot of good guys out there, and we are not going to somehow diss them or talk bad. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to try with the panel that we have, we're going to try to do our best, yeah? Some other guys were invited for this podcast, like for example, Clean. Quattro has been invited. He said, hey man, I only speak Russian, I cannot come. Deadly has been invited, and he said, dude, it's too late. I saw the message too late. I'm going to come for the next one, or just invite me the next time. Yeah? Clean has been invited. Some of the guys Cotton has been invited. Some of the guys maybe have a lot of work to do, or they simply ignore the message, but it's not on me, yeah? It's on them to answer the call, yeah?
For sure.
Okay, so now that we have cleared that out, and it's obvious for everyone that we are here not to represent ourselves and so on, I guess we can start, right?
Sure.
Okay. So I have here several questions. I have categorized them with general questions, combat questions, and then constructive questions. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to combine them. But I'm gonna start with the first one, and this question is for everyone here. I would say Dan included. Although Dan, I would prefer I would prefer you to moderate a bit with me. Okay. Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
So the question is, how many of you guys have previous experience in other shooters like Counter-Strike, PUBG, or Unreal Tournament, and so on? And you answer to that question, and then there comes the second one tied to this one. How much does this previous experience helps in the Tarkov world? Is the game, I mean the PvP aspect, a lot easier for you guys?
Yes, straight up.
Okay.
For me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, okay. I would say I agree with that. Yes, it's important.
In my opinion, CS does bring the basics of every FPS shooter, almost every first-person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Dan?
So I mean, you got
Yeah.
aim, angles, presets, movement. You got everything that you learned from CS. Not over pushing. It's a bunch of stuff that culminates into like coming into Tarkov. It made it easier. Honestly, when I started Tarkov, it was so much easier than CS. Beginning CS was really hard, but I mean, all of that just built us up into better players.
I see. Dan, would you add something to this?
For me, because I came over from console, I've got absolutely no background in any sort of competitive shooter at all. I played a little bit of Siege on PlayStation, and that was it. You know, I've come fresh. I am pretty much a fresh Tarkov player. So for me, my learning curve, the way I've sort of learned to play first-person shooters, has been through Tarkov. So I'm kind
Okay.
of like 100% in that direction rather than coming from. So I can't really give anything in that
Okay.
regard.
So I had an argument with someone who told me he was playing a lot of Counter-Strike, and he said that the skills that he got in Counter-Strike didn't help him that much in Escape from Tarkov. Is that shoulder ready or point fire that you guys were using in Counter-Strike different than the one that we are using in Escape from Tarkov?
It is different. In CS, you shoot exactly in the middle of the screen.
I see.
Obviously, depending on the recoil, but like it's in the middle of the screen. In this game, it's not. So
And also, yeah, it's different, right? In Tarkov, it's point firing, and CS:GO, you just have a gun low in your arm, in your hands, right?
Is it hip fire in
It's so-
Counter-Strike?
It's like, I guess it's
no,
called like this. I don't know how it's called correctly.
The model shows it's you're shooting out of the hip, right? But you don't never need to ADS except with sniper rifles or any toggleable gun. So for CS, you shoot out of your face essentially to the middle of the screen, and you have a recoil action that you need to control and essentially kind of pull down. In Tarkov, there is ADSing that is involved as well to be accurate, but you can also be accurate with point firing. So I mean, between the two, there's a massive difference, and it's really hard to kind of like pinpoint it precisely.
Okay.
I will explain it in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, the trick is CS:GO doesn't give you insane skills in Tarkov immediately, right? You have to transfer them. You have some basics, as Ghost said. You know the angles, you know about aim and stuff. And I would say CS:GO is a game somehow similar to Tarkov because of the way that CS:GO on high level is less about your aim and more about your positioning and game knowledge. And same thing about Tarkov. Not saying that in Tarkov there's a high level competitive gameplay, but it's more about your positioning and game knowledge.
yeah, I was going to say the same. Aim isn't the most important factor in Tarkov, in my opinion.
Aim. Okay.
I would
Willers
definitely say
is there.
weapon
Good
knowledge.
evening, Willers. For us, it's like 8:14 p.m. Willers says, I came from DayZ, and I don't think you need a competitive background. I mean, it's not a must, but it definitely helps,
Yeah.
right?
It helps. Yeah, it helps.
Definitely.
I mean, for me, if I explain to people, it's three combinations of aim, movement, and map knowledge. So aim was already ticked off for me when I got to, and movement was kind of ticked off when I got to Tarkov. It was easier to kind of get better at the game because I've already had the aim and the movement with 1v1s and just the general aim.
For sure. I would say the thing that made me learn Tarkov much more easier when I transferred from PUBG to EFT was the knowledge about PvP, because it's all about survival on PUBG, right? Like you have to be the last guy standing. And when I went like on EFT fully, I just knew like instantly that I have to have the map knowledge, the mechanic knowledge, and I should be good to go, I guess. And like in every PvP fight, it's all about positioning and where you stand. Like when you're about to start up a fight, you can't just stand middle of everything and have like in no cover or like have anything to stand about. Like if you meet a guy with his friends 1v4 or 1v5, you can't just peek all of them at once. You have to peek them like one by one to have the advantage, you know. And that's what made it more easier for me to go from PUBG to EFT,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
having those
Yeah.
knowledge in my back.
Those things in your memory. You were
Exactly.
talking about, and I think we're going to touch this subject a bit. You were talking about know the map and so on. From those factors, knowing the map, know your weapon, know your ammo and the body armor, helmet, and so on. Which one do you think is the most important one? And then feel free to answer as well. You guys
Is
didn't
it me
understand
or
the
like?
question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go for it.
All right, I would say definitely map knowledge first of all, because like if you know where people are spawning and like which angles to take fights off, like every time when someone asks me how do I become a better PvP player, I would always say map knowledge and positioning, and like know where you're standing and also know where people can push you from. Like don't stay in the middle of everything to and you can get like sandwiched. You can like get killed from behind third party. It's so easy. And like some of you guys know that I only play labs, and there is so many ways where people can come from, and like if you're standing up middle of everything in the dorms, for example, you can get shot from like first floor. Like everyone can shoot you from every angle, and it also like it just depends where you're standing all the time, and you have to have that in the background, like in your back of your head. If I'm gonna take this fight with this guy that I just saw, I need to have a better positioning. I have to move. I can't just stay still. If I stay still, I can get shot from his friends. If you have any friends, you just have to think of all these kind of things in mid fight. And
Yeah.
I know it goes so fast, and you just have to do it. You can't stand still.
So map knowledge, in your opinion.
Map knowledge
The
for
rest of the
sure.
guys?
And position.
In my opinion, out of those factors you mentioned, the ammo is more important because even if
Ammo.
you have a positional advantage, yeah, and you're using a worse ammo, like the ammo that will not penetrate your enemy's armor, he can turn on you and kill you. It's pretty
Okay.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always repeat the same stuff. You can obviously map knowledge is super important, but
Yes.
like you can have the best armor, the best gun, but the worst ammo, you're not going to kill anyone unless you are super good aimer and you're gonna go for the legs somehow.
Yeah.
But you can go naked, no armor, only hunter, use M80s even, they're just good enough, and you can kill anyone. That's it.
Yeah, true.
But okay, and we are talking about like tier or top or tier one stuff or like top notch things. But to a rookie, to someone who comes to Escape from Tarkov right now and he just bought the game and says, "Hey man," because this is the purpose of the podcast actually. "Hey man, I really want to play the game. What should I do? What should I focus on first? Should I focus on learning the maps?" Or downloading some stuff or watching some videos. So what do you guys recommend?
Yeah, what I always recommend is first of all go offline just to know where to extract from the map. The moment you know
Yeah.
how to extract, start playing online because you're not gonna learn anything playing offline other than extractions. Because like offline is not going to show you how people play the map, where are the choke spots, where are the hot spots, like where to flank from, what to expect from people. Because there are certain patterns that people mainly follow all the time.
True.
It's no secret. You don't take fights on different spots every time. It's always like kind of the same spots, and you only gonna learn that while playing normal matchmaking or match, whatever you call it.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think
yeah.
if the first raids are like this, you download Battle Buddy or open the ammo chart, you open the map on the second screen, or you get a phone, open the map, and then you try to see where you are on the map, understand where the extractions are, and then you roam and learn the maps. That's how people usually start. So they either play scavs or play offline. Like that's the best.
Okay.
And also doing quests for sure. Like doing
Leveling up
questing,
it's very easy doing quests.
but also you learn the maps and you
Yeah.
learn like about the game when you do a quest.
But you don't do
Absolutely.
quests. You guys don't do quests. Except Dan,
What
maybe.
is questing?
Ghost,
I mean,
do you
we
do
do
quests?
quests.
What?
Do you, what? But
I,
outdoors,
I didn't hear.
do you no? Do you do the quests, the missions, the tasks?
I do them.
Oh,
I do
okay.
them because it's like I do like going through them and seeing where maybe there could be a change, and then maybe telling a dev, hey, change this maybe, or what do you think about this? Because it's those are side quests, and those side quests are supposed to build you into the game, you know, get you going to places you don't want to go,
Mhm.
labs, reserve, and all these maps. And I like doing the quests personally, but I mean,
Okay,
it's not
okay.
for the kappa.
What about you, Dan? You are not such a fan of the quests, from what I know. But you did reach Kappa this time, right?
I mean, there's definitely some tasks in the game that like I feel are just completely unnecessary. I think it's great that it gives you something to do in order to get to the kappa. I think the kappa is a fantastic achievement, and it's obviously a massive quality of life change. But for me, I get to like level 40 and then that's it. Like I get to level 40, I max the traders, and then I'm happy. I can do whatever
Okay,
I want.
I
I
see,
can,
I see,
you know,
I see.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
I've never been too fussed because there's tasks where you just, you know, killing people while blinded or that sort of thing. I just think, dude, I ain't gonna do that naturally. Or having tremor, I'm not gonna force myself to have tremor. For me personally, you know, I don't worry too much, but you know, I do enjoy the tasks at the start, and obviously they're super important for new players, as we've said, with the maps, getting map knowledge and learning where to go, and that sort of thing for sure.
I'm gonna skip to the next one because I think we covered this, and I don't know how informational this is for the newcomer. I'm gonna try to keep it as informative as possible, guys. And then in the meantime, we're also gonna try to learn something from you guys and who you guys are, maybe, and some stuff like that. Yeah. Let's do some brainstorming, guys. What is your your current favorite weapon or setup? And think on some weapons or some builds to help players take down opponents easily. Go for it.
Who's gonna say it? Get the meta guns and you will survive. No, like meta guns are there because of its ease of use, ammo, and killing potentials. I mean RPM, and just if you can get the rounds for it. So I know everyone ran HKs because M995 was plentiful. 60 rounds were awesome, and everyone ran it. And as soon as the money got jacked up on the ammo prices, everyone switched over to the VSSs. I like being versatile in everything I do when I play solo, like a lone wolf. I honestly like an AK and also R700 as a backup, and I love playing, mid to long range fights and being, ready for everything.
Okay, some examples for the guys.
I like the hunter. Dude,
Stop
You're
it.
kidding.
that was a joke. Hold on.
Stop
well,
it.
well, I like different guns as well. I'm not gonna lie. Like every meter, I like to switch it up a bit. Like, as I said, I'll play labs a lot, and you meet a lot of people using SVALs or VSS. But I like to switch it up a bit. Like I can go from AKs to MP7 to VALs to I don't know M1As and shit.
Okay.
I might get a lot of hate for this, but for rookies, for new players, I think Hunter is actually good. I mean,
Okay.
It is.
You hate
It truly is.
You hate it,
hate
but
being
it
killed
is.
by it. Yeah, but it is a super, super strong gun.
There's a
Like,
reason why everyone hates it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Low risk, high reward, exactly. But you can tell new players to play AKs, for example, without spending about the same amount of money, maybe a little bit more on AK, using BS or 7 and 39 rounds, and they can still achieve the same effect of killing your players, right? But Hunter, easier. You don't have to mod it at all. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite gun, even this patch, probably is still HK. I would say last patch it was M4, but now with the new engine, the ADS became much faster.
Okay.
So now HK for me became much more viable because now it ADS is fast enough and it
Yeah.
has higher fire rate and it's super strong. I would say if I play in a group, Val VSS would be better because it just shreds enemies faster. But because of 30 rounders, if I'm alone against a 5-man or 4-man, I would use HK because I just have higher ammo capacity to kill more people.
Okay.
That's how it is.
What do you
Yeah.
use? What meta do you use, Dan?
I just go for the P90 generally. Just rush with the P90. M700 on my back. Life's good. You know, I play a lot of solo, so I try to stay as versatile as possible. Just as GhostFreak was saying, you know, if you're playing solo, you're on your own. You really need to make sure that you're prepared for all situations, and that's engaging close range targets and obviously targets far away as well. So generally, I'll run the P90 and a 700 for sniping. You know, the P90 reloading the mags gives me plenty of time to talk to chat as well. So, as you can imagine, sitting there for about an hour, you know, exactly. It's a great weapon. The ammo's not that great. Okay, penetration wise, you're looking around 30 for the 190 ammo.
Okay.
So it's not that great pen wise, but
Yes.
I mean, you got 50 rounds. You know, if you can get them all on target, they're going down anyway, and it's a lot of fun to use. So, like I say, I play the game for fun at the moment, and the P90 is a beast. It's good fun.
Okay. From your experience, guys, what is the number one mistake most players make or do in PvP apart from not being aggressive enough?
They're not bringing good ammo.
And also,
Really?
Number one mistake. Number one mistake. There
Really?
is so many geared guys that I kill daily, and I'm talking like, you know, Meta HK, ASVAL, and they are using like, you know,
M56A1.
exactly. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. M855. They use such a bad bullets. Not even A1. Not even A1. They just M855. That's it.
What am I missing? What am I missing with the M61? Or you mean like M856A1 for the M4?
No A1.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, for me, A1, I've got like 3 or 4 clips where a guy shot me with 56A1 because I seen the tracer, and I'm like, he's not gonna paint me before I can kill him. and he hit me 3 times in the face with a level 3 visor, and I just walked straight at him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same when I see, for example, BT on AK. I know I can
Yeah,
most likely tank some bullets, so I'm more reckless then.
Yeah, it is like that. I think the biggest thing for me is what players make mistake for me is not playing the chess game. If I had a 1v1 with Robin and Robin moves, I need to move, and then he knows I moved, I heard him. And if I shoot, he has to retaliate. If I throw a grenade, he has to or move or retaliate. And it's kind of the chess game where
Yes.
people from healing, and then they're like, oh, he's healing, but you cancelled it. And it's the whole chess game for me where people get baited in too quickly, and it's like you just open a door and they go mag dumping through the door, and you just walk in after them like, hey dude, what the fuck? Why you shoot nothing? You know. I mean, the grenade things are the best. Like people run away as soon as they hear a nade, and it's M67s. You have like 7 or 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Yeah.
5 seconds to literally walk in after the guy and shoot him in the back. It's the chess game for me that people make the biggest mistakes on PvP.
Okay. I see a comment. Some of the guys, it's Willers. Some of the guys I fight, I wonder if they even wear headphones when they play. I've noticed this a lot with guys who are beginners in Escape from Tarkov. With all the disrespect that I have for the beginners, you know, they're like completely unaware of the situation. I even saw. Did you guys? I think we watched it together, or we watched it like all of us. That clip. I think it is from Willers, where he's on top of one of the walls or one of the buildings on customs, and there is this guy below, and he even salutes him. Hey man, I'm here, you know.
Hey, you want to squad up?
Yeah, you know. So I
want a party?
Yeah, but to be on their side too, you need to admit that sound sometimes is super iffy, and even if you're experienced, sometimes I think the sound is coming from right side, and that was on the left side.
Yeah.
Not to mention vertical sound when you're above,
Yeah,
and they don't
yeah.
have the map knowledge. They
Yes.
don't know what to expect, and that somebody can be on the garage. They don't know
Yeah.
what's going on, basically. So that's-
Exactly.
whenever I say map knowledge is important, I also mean when I hear like a glass sound, I know where it is because I can imagine, okay, glass on this map is here and there, and I know that's the map knowledge for me.
Yes.
It's not only knowing how to flank and where to hide, but also knowing every sound on the map. This is also map knowledge.
Okay.
And that's new players that they don't know the
Yeah.
sound, the specific like metal sound.
What do you mean that like that? Like when do I do sound if I step on glass and stuff like that?
For example, when I'm on customs in garages, when I hear metal, I know it's either in the container or on the top of garages. So
Yes.
I can imagine, hey, it's coming from this side.
Yes.
There is no containers. He's on top. new players won't know that. They will just hear something on the left side. They will look at the left side. They don't know he's above you because he made a metal sound.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, on factory when I hear wood, I know where the wood is already.
Mhm.
You know, the little cues.
Spiral.
This is the map knowledge for me.
Okay, very important. In relation or regarding what you said before, GhostFreak, before I lose the question, in reference to the chase or chess, you meant chess, right? Chess game, right?
Yes.
Or chase?
yeah.
No, it was chess.
Chess.
That
Chess.
GhostFreak is talking about. What are some cues that tell you when is your turn to push or make the move? Because it's a very important question.
That is really hard because it's the beginning of the fight. You start running at someone or running towards a fight, and you can hear the guy kind of shuffling, and it sounds like he's stepping back and forth into corners. Then you know, oh, this guy's actually experienced, so you just slow down your roll. But you always need to kind of control the speed of the game. And if you have the speed of the game and you push when you want to push and push him back, you can play back and forth.
Okay.
To know that takes, I must say, like, it
That's
takes a long
experience.
time to kind of experience to
Yeah.
pick it up. I can't just tell you, one, you'll hear this, and then two, you do this. It's so hard. But I mean, if you can kind of mess around, you can, yeah.
You actually have to take fights to actually
Yeah.
learn that.
I
like,
see. Okay,
That's
very
right, you
important.
have to fight.
Exactly. You have
yeah.
to take the fights, and you can actually know if it's a good player you're against to or not. Like by the like you're just waiting for him to do his part, and if he doesn't do that, you just know, okay, I'll make him play my game.
Yes.
You know, like
Exactly.
and that's how it goes. You know, and you can just push in front, even like bait shots or whatever, and you can hear what he is if he like kind of afraid or shooting
Yeah.
or pre-firing or whatever, and then you take your step,
Yeah.
and then you can take another, you know.
So
And if
you're
it's a
saying
whole
if
squad-
he doesn't play by the book, that if he doesn't do the movements that you would do, that means I can push him, I can frag him, I can kill him because he doesn't know the things that need to be right.
Exactly. And you can
Okay.
actually make him play your game,
Yeah,
which makes
yeah.
it more easier, and also like you can play more aggressive, you know, by doing.
Interesting, right? Dan, interesting.
Looks yeah, sounds good. I like it.
BakeeZy, anything to add?
Well, yes, about the sound cues, I agree, but like what Robin, GhostFreak, and Glorious were talking about, that's all comes with the amount of time you play the game and amount of fights you take. You cannot
Okay.
just you cannot watch streams, you cannot watch the YouTube videos. It won't help that much,
Yeah.
to be honest. You need to experience it yourself. And the more fights you will take, the more you will die, the more you'll win. The faster you understand how to position yourself, how to move, and which sound means like the enemy can show you where the enemy is, right? And I
Okay.
completely agree with all
Yeah,
the guys said.
Okay.
Everything.
Dan, what does your immersive experience say or have to say?
Generally, what I do in PvP, I'll let people make the mistakes. You know, I will let them bunch up. I will let them run past me. You know, I'll let them do stuff I'll let them feel comfortable. You know, and they'll be like, okay, no one's here. This is what we're doing, guys. Yeah, you check that door, you check that door. And then, but all this time I'm listening out. Okay, I've got 3 guys. They sound pretty inexperienced. They're doing this and that. They're doing
Yeah.
different floors. Okay, I can now insert myself into that contact, and then I know how I'm going to deal with those people. Generally, what I do, I try to get as much information about my enemy as possible. I'm not, like, I will say it now, like, disclaimer, I am not a pro PvP player at all. You know,
Me
I
neither.
get by.
Me neither.
Exactly. You know, I get by getting as much information as possible and then using that against the enemy, you know, using that against whoever I'm playing against. So, for example, like I say, with groups, with solo players can be a bit trickier as well. Solo players tend to be a lot more experienced. You know, they're a lot more versatile.
Yes.
Whereas, you know, like I hear a lot of people not enjoying fighting against groups. But once you learn what groups do, and once you learn how to listen for them, and you learn that trigger discipline, like that first shot is not always the best shot to take. I see a lot of people pulling, you know, straight away,
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
pulling the trigger. You don't need to do that. Wait for them to line up. Wait for them to loot. Okay, they're sitting down. They're dropping. Maybe they're exchanging an item, dropping an IFAK. That's it. 2 shots.
That's your chance.
You know, there's let your enemy make the mistake
and
then
wait for the
capitalize on what
perfect
they do.
moment, right?
absolutely, and then strike. That's it. That's it.
For the four guys who are very playing very aggressive, any recommendations for us, the majority of the community? I would say, can we get better at? Can we get skills? You know, can we get good? You know.
Sure,
I would say what
Oh,
Dan
yeah.
what Dan is saying, it actually is overall better for your survival rate and for your money in the game, like to gain more money, because if you play like this, you'll 90% of the fight 90% of the time you take a fight, you have an advantage because enemy doesn't know where you are, you know where he is, he might be even standing still. It's actually better for surviving than playing aggressive, because especially when you're playing aggressive and you face an opponent that doesn't make any sound, and you're not playing a large map with a Reaper, yeah,
Rip IR.
IR,
Yeah.
IR,
Thermal.
yeah, thermal.
Just thermal.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Or just
I'm sorry, boys.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you might not know where the enemy is, and you're gonna lose the fight just because of that. So it's
Okay.
actually better than playing aggressive. But
Also,
when
yeah, sorry.
1 second, when you are in the fight, like you already showed your position, enemy knows where you are, and you're taking a fight, and you have to do fast-paced thinking, where to move. You might you might lack the experience on what to do in this scenario. However, you might combine both of those playstyles and be good in both, right?
Sure, definitely. Robin?
Also, yeah, worth to notice two things. First of all, playing aggressive doesn't mean shift W pushing for every fight. It's literally not what it is.
I
Playing
see.
aggressive, in my opinion, means you're a fast thinker and you have like 3 different scenarios for every fight before the fight even happens, and you know how to react fast to it. You don't need to think about your moves for 2 minutes. And second of all, nobody ever said playing aggressive is better than playing immersive, and that people
Exactly.
should thrive to play aggressive. No,
Is it
not
more
for everyone.
rewarding?
It's
It
I mean, if you can react fast, if you have the aim for that, yes,
Yeah.
maybe it is more rewarding. But I think, and like as much as survival rating doesn't matter at all, I can have way higher survival rate if I would play slower.
I see.
So is it more rewarding?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I could
No.
kill 2 guys extract, have way more money than trying to kill all 8 guys from them.
Have 8 guys. Or just like, yeah. No, I agree. Honestly, it's not just like that's what I've been saying. Everyone has their playstyle, and I think you'll go more towards your playstyle and have more fun. So
True.
I think the only way they could ever stop someone from being aggro or aggressive is literally removing shift. You know, I don't know why people
Okay.
think that shift is like
Yep.
it's the main factor of everything. For us, it's I usually say it in my stream. I'm gonna do this and this and this, or he's gonna do this and this and this, and then we play it out. And then if they do it, if they literally do it, people, everyone's just like, "How did you know he was gonna do it?" Well, I've been in the same scenario for 2 years. It's been happening. You know, it's kind of the experience you pick up from fights.
Yeah.
And also one more thing is you never want to copy paste any playstyle. You are watching 6
No.
streamers. Take notes from
Yeah.
everyone. Use some tips from everyone and put it in your game style,
Your
your
playstyle.
gameplay.
Yes.
Exactly. Don't copy paste. Don't do the same routes. It's not gonna work for you as work for GhostFreak, for
Okay.
example.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
And I
Good
would
point.
definitely say like go make your own and don't hesitate.
Yeah.
Like if you hesitate in a fight, you'll definitely die. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Of course, some of people is broke or not having the money to like go the next raid, you know, because he's using his last couple of gear, and having some gear fear as well. But don't overthink it. Don't hesitate. If you wanna, if you commit it, do it. Like I know it's sad to die. Look at her up. But like don't overthink a fight. Just think about where you're positioning again, and also like just if you think about doing something, just go for it. Of course you can, and record your game. Definitely record your game and watch your games afterwards,
To
like
check
when
your
you're done
mistakes.
playing. Exactly. Like
But
look
who
at
has
how
time for
you.
that? Do you have time for that, guys?
Shit, I do it every night.
Lol.
I do it every night.
Why not?
What are you doing?
I'm watching my VODs every night.
Oh, you watch your VODs?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
do. I do as well.
Yeah, the reason why I
sometimes.
do it is because like I wanna improve. I don't want to stand still all the time. I want to see which mistakes I did. Like, why did I lose this fight? What made me lose this fight? Of
Yeah.
course, if it's a hacker, you're gonna die 100%.
Yeah.
Like, they're just flying around.
Yeah.
But but like just watch your own VOD and make sure to don't do that mistake again.
Okay,
Like,
and
don't
that's
pick
how
that
that's how you
corner.
learn. Yeah, that's how you
Exactly.
learn.
That's
Yeah,
how it
basically.
is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what we did as a competitive PUBG player at the time. Every tournament we played, national, international, lands or offline, we always watched the VOD. We always watched it, because you won't be able to improve your skills if you don't know what mistakes you're
What
doing.
you did wrong.
You know,
Sure, sure.
and that's it.
Glorious Kenny says, "Thank God that mouse is wireless."
I'm sorry.
You
Thank
can't-
God that mouse you're having in the hand is wireless. You would have.
Oh, yes.
Wireless.
Bro, look at it. It's so small, bro.
Why don't you use Glorious, my mouse? Huh?
He's
Oh,
using push to
nice.
talk.
Yeah, I'm using push to talk, bro. 'cause
I'm going to
reading
switch to a
video.
kind of a different question. Maybe we can learn something out of it. What is the mistake that you guys still do, and you still cannot learn out of it?
I'm trying to kill everyone on the map.
Okay.
Look at this guy.
Biggest mistake.
Okay.
Yes, we killed many times.
I get too comfortable, and then my mind just goes blank every
That's a
single
good
time.
one as well. Yeah.
I just go, I'll be fine. I've ran this thing like
Yeah,
20,000 times. I'll be fine. Walk across the open field, clap.
Smack.
Oh well, that's why. Yeah. And then I
Exactly,
kind of
I-
learn from it.
Autopilot too much as well. When
Yeah,
you play on audio,
autopilot. Oh man. Yeah.
And also ADS too much sometimes in the close range. In Tarkov, it's
Yeah,
really,
especially
really
for
bad.
the frame drops, you don't want to just always ADS. Because I mean, if you do it, you can actually stop your firing if you ADS too much as well. It locks up,
Yeah.
clicking.
I would
Yeah.
say being over cocky as well.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like over cocky for sure. Like if you just kill like 5 men, it doesn't mean the next guy you're gonna meet is gonna be at the same level as the people you just killed. Like, and every single raid is not like the same as the other raid. Like every raid changes. Even though you just had a fight against a 5-man squad and you just wiped the whole squad and you extract and start a new game, doesn't mean that the same guys you're gonna meet in that game is gonna be as same level as
Yeah,
those guys.
it's a
You know,
different
you're gonna
story,
get
right?
clapped so easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like every single raid is in a different raid, you know, and you can't play as you do at the raid before, otherwise you'll get clapped. You have to, like, how do you say that? Improvise, overcome, and adapt, right? In every single raid, and that's how it is. Like, you have to have that in your back in your mind, otherwise you'll get clapped, and that's it.
Okay. Dan,
In
would
my
you add
opinion.
something?
In my opinion.
Dan?
Yeah. The biggest mistake I usually make and keep making is that when I'm playing, I always presume that everyone is better than me. You know, I always go in and think, right, this guy's going to be a juicy boy. He's going to be spicy. He's going to be pre-firing me, and I'm always, you know, and it turns out to just be a dude with like a normal little AK, and he ends up outplaying me. He ends up killing me because I tend to give people sometimes a little bit too much credit, especially now with the massive influx of new players. And what that does, it makes it. Imagine playing, let's say, competitive CS:GO, Siege, or whatever, and then you then go down to the lower levels, and you try to apply what you know from playing all these experienced guys, and you end up getting kind of, maybe outplayed isn't the right word, but you end up losing against them because
Yeah.
they are so unpredictable.
Yeah.
I think,
Exactly.
yeah, I think what I tend to do is, what I should do is take everything as a fresh contact or as a fresh situation. But I do tend to expect everyone to be super experienced and geared. Especially, you know, if you remember 11.7, towards the back end of 11.7, there was quite a core and small player base at that time, and everybody was really bloody good at the game. But now with the massive resurgence, massive influx of new players,
Yes.
it's really unpredictable at the moment. So it's just getting out of that mindset.
Before I lose the question, any tips for some people grasping the distance of when to ADS or when to point fire?
I would say when you're comfortable. Like, when are you
Yeah.
comfortable or not? You know, are you good at not using your laser? I mean, that's another topic, like using your laser or not.
The laser on
What?
it, yeah.
Yeah, but I would say when you're comfortable. Like, when are you comfortable not ADSing, and when are you comfortable ADSing? In my opinion, I don't know. It's hard to answer.
But
to be
There's
honest.
so
what
many
is that?
factors,
What is
to be
that
honest.
comfortable zone? What is it like?
there is a
How do you
thing
say
about
that, dude? Comfortable. Ah, okay,
Comfortable.
like that. Okay.
Comfortable. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
I'm not gonna try and say it.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm not gonna be the next person. No, I'm done. No.
So what is
Okay,
what is
so-
that zone?
Yeah,
for you
so like we
guys?
mentioned before, you're not shooting in the middle of your screen. So you need to. This is the thing that most like you can call it aggressive players do. They play with the same guns over and over, and they learn to understand where the gun is pointing to. So like this different
see.
different barrel length gonna change that. So if you're using the same setup, it's easier for you to understand where your laser is pointing.
Yes.
And then if you change it to infrared, I don't need laser anymore to know where my gun is pointing. So this is for me this is the comfort zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also know your guns, as Robin said. Like, don't switch it up a bit. Like, if you have any presets, just keep using them. Like when you get comfortable with them. I don't know if that
Okay.
makes sense, but
Yeah,
like,
sure,
I
sure,
always use
definitely.
my own guns. Like, if I get another gun, if I kill someone and take his gun out, I'll like probably just disassemble everything on it and build it up again to make my own. You know, because I know how that gun works. I don't just use every single gun that I found
Sure.
unless
Sure.
it's a meme run.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Maybe it's not up to me to give advices after I just said that my biggest mistake is ADSing too much, but I would say don't ADS. Don't ADS when you're in the room. Like for example, you enter the room and you see 4 enemies in front of you.
Yeah.
Don't ADS.
Don't it? Yes.
Don't ADS because it's gonna be much harder to snap on all of the targets and they might move as well.
Yeah,
So stick to
turn
point
around
fire.
and leave. Turn around and
Turn
go.
around.
Out of the room. Yeah.
If you're in Fast MT, just turn around, let them shoot your helmet because it's level 4 on your back of the head, right? When they're out of bullets, turn around. Okay, just
I'm
kidding.
gonna tank this.
But yeah, try to
Fuck this shit.
Try
I'm
to-
out.
point fire at them. And also, for example, if you see a person running pretty fast, don't ADS as well because you might not track him if your sensitivity is not
I
fast enough as
see.
well.
You can track him faster from the shoulder fire,
Exactly.
shoulder ready
Is
stance.
it super weird that I have ADS and point fire the same sensitivity?
I have the same as well.
Same.
because
Yeah, I
it's-
don't understand how can you change it. Like, why would you make two different?
Oh,
don't-
I have them different in every game.
For me, it's a
But
bit,
you were
a
all
bit
playing
different.
CS, weren't you?
What?
Me? Yeah.
Well, you
yeah.
were all
He
player.
was. He
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
was not.
no, the whole thing with I mean, the best to explain it in Tarkov, right? Every game has a different like kind of point of impact for point firing or hip firing or between every game. So I mean, in CS, it's you shoot from the middle of your face, so you will always be on target and you can look over cover and everything. And if you're in Siege, it shoots out your scope. So if your scope is over an object, you can shoot over it.
Yeah.
And in Tarkov, it leaves right at your barrel. That's what usually people get wrong. So I mean, it doesn't help that you put something on your screen or have a crosshair. That
Doesn't
will only
work.
help you your point of aim to know your middle
Yeah.
of your screen, but it won't help you in any sense.
Okay. Okay. Good point. Very good point. I'm gonna switch a bit to a question or maybe 2 questions that you guys do not have in the script. Glorious didn't read the script anyways. He didn't see that I sent him the script.
Bro, I didn't know.
Script? What is that? So you guys have seen. You
I
guys.
didn't even read it either, man.
Why did I take the time to do it? Why did? Okay, whatever. So the question or the questions that I have, let me ask Sigma's questions before I do that. Do you ever avoid a fight? If so, what's the circumstances that you would? And then I'm gonna ask the questions that I. So, do you
sorry, can you
ever
repeat?
avoid a fight?
sorry.
If so, what's the circumstances that you would?
Oh, if you avoid, what's the circumstances of you avoiding a fight?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that what she means. Yeah.
So I mean, pretty much low HP, ammo. How if they know where you are,
Yes.
and I mean, there's so for me it's. I check if I have ammo, I can still fight. If I have no armor, I'm kind of wary, and I'll be rather placed into spotting and then shooting, rather than being reactive and then shooting.
Mhm.
But it's honestly different. So I mean, I think Robin just runs at the guy.
Yeah,
I
you
was
do it?
I was gonna say honestly, this is not a competitive game. I'm not here to prove anything. I'm playing to entertain myself and people, and I will take any fight to do that. I don't really care for surviving. I'm not here to show how to survive. I'm here to entertain. This is what
I
streaming
see.
is about.
So you go all in.
Yes, this is not a competitive game. I'm not proving anything when I kill, and I'm not proving anything when I die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Maybe early
yeah.
game when the wipe just started and you need to survive to do the quests faster because you don't want to do them 10 times. Or maybe
Yeah.
if it's a hacker speed hacking on you, in those cases. But sometimes it's fun to chase a hacker to like maybe kill him like killy.
If you can,
and then,
yeah.
if you can. But yeah, I think I go for the fights almost all the time as well,
Okay.
True.
unless I have no ammo.
Okay.
And
Dan.
healing as well. I guess like if you don't have any
Yeah.
healing, I would
Okay.
say,
Oh,
you know
yes.
what,
Then you
I'll go
bail.
all in.
Sometimes.
Dan,
Yeah.
how would you do it, or how do you do it?
Usually task based. So, for example, if you're running a task and you've got a task item, okay, I'll happily let people run past me, and I'll slip through shadows. You know what I'm saying? At the moment, I am, I'm running after gunshots at the moment because of obviously how far it is into the wipe. But I'll prioritize tasks. Start of the wipe, early wipe. I will always prioritize tasks over fighting, unless the task is to obviously kill PMCs. Getting that thing planted on the factory swing room, I ain't doing that twice. I'm not doing it twice. I refuse. So delivery from the past, I ain't even gonna attempt to fight. I'm gonna get that thing planted, and then maybe I'll go for some PvP. But yeah, many tasks for me. It's definitely task based. Whether or not I'm gonna be fighting.
Let me shift a bit to these questions for a moment. Let me just quickly talk with the guys. Guys, we're gonna save some questions for the end of the stream, because if not, we're not going to be able to do the script that we have, and because we are switching every time from chat to script. So let us finish, if you would like, let us finish some of the things that we have planned here, because I think there's a lot of positive feedback that we can get, and then at the end, if you would like, we can save some minutes, 20 minutes or so for your questions, only for your questions, with some maybe direct answers, so that we can answer as many as you can, if you guys would mind. Yeah. So I was thinking, guys, about the podcast that we have seen with the overweight system. And now, for you aggressive players, have you guys watched it? When you're overweight, you are unable to run anymore, and unable to jump, and so on and so on. You have like a lot of sway and all the penalties. Would you guys mind learning the game from scratch again, or?
I mean, it's not in my opinion a big issue, because I can drop my backpack when I have to fight. If the
Okay.
fight is done, then I take my backpack, I loot, and it's most likely maybe a player or two scuffs left on the map. It's not like, in my opinion, it's not game changing. I mean, it is going too slow a bit, but it's not gonna break anything. Like I think people panic a little bit too much.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's the weight system.
people have been dropping backpacks for a while already. Like
Yeah.
you regenerate your stamina faster.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
if you're way
yeah.
if you're way too overweight, you just like get in the corner, drop your backpack. Let's go.
Okay.
I got my backpack stolen once though. I was fighting on laps and someone came and stole my backpack, and I was chasing the guy for the whole map. It was my viewer after all.
Lord.
That's the best.
Okay, so don't go into panic. Let's just wait until the feature comes, and we will improvise and we will do our game, right?
Yeah, I hate to state opinions before I see it.
Good point.
If I won't test it,
Exactly.
I can't say I like it or dislike it.
Yes, yes.
So I've kind of heard about the weight system before it was, kind of shown, and I was like, it's perfectly fine. I think how they showed it was what made people go, oh, this is gonna be the end of the game. And I mean, we've been running with my second account and picking up as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I've never gone over 40, or 50.
I
So I mean, I'm never gonna
see.
hit 60.
Okay.
So I mean, I can still run and fight.
Yeah.
And if it's really a problem, I'm just gonna tab and click it.
Yeah.
I've tried to tell them to do the command to instantly throw your bag, which would make it 1,000 times
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
Because if they're not gonna do it, I know people are gonna macro it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
but it would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Animation would be cool as well. Just
Yeah,
saying.
just like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
easy, or just
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
And it's
Okay.
also great for the original like way the game is meant to be played, right? So it goes back to its origins. The game is
Yes.
realistic. You cannot carry 2 cases on you with a bunch of armor and gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not gonna be videos about how I found 15 thick cases in labs.
I mean, you
stuff.
could still technically get out
Yeah,
with a thick
yeah.
case on you.
Yes.
It's just you're gonna be a walking tank
Yeah.
with no armor, though.
Yeah.
tank
yeah.
loadout, exactly.
Yeah,
The new tank
Yeah,
loadout.
exactly. Yeah. But I mean, this will just solidify working with a team, and this is what Nikita said. It is, you can play it solo. It's gonna be very hard, and we're gonna prove that. It's gonna, we're gonna try and take it on. But I mean, this game is made for groups and teaming. At the end of the day as well. So you having another guy and your one guy is slow, you can have your two guys, working it out and
Yeah.
working forwards.
It would be actually fun, like in the older CS, there was a mode, defend the VIP or something. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
can be the guy with the thick case, the VIP, and you'll defend them and get all the loot. That would be fun.
Okay.
I would,
Yeah,
yeah.
who knows in the future? Let me ask a more technical question, because you guys have to deal with players. You guys fight players a lot. I go for scavs. I go for, stuff like that. And when I meet a player, then I decide to fight or not to fight. There is a big discussion with abusing ping or using high ping. And as a streamer with insane number of hours, you guys know this. What is your guys' opinions about this? Is that a real thing? Can you abuse the ping, or can you exploit it, or?
I mean, I would say you can if you are connecting 400 ping.
Yeah.
But I'm personally playing on all the servers. Like I said, I'm here to entertain, not to prove I can kill people.
Yeah.
When European servers are full, I'm playing on European servers. When they aren't, I move to Russian or NA. I really don't care. And what I notice is European servers are the worst quality, because I can play on 50 ping, I can shoot the scuff, and he's gonna drop after 1 second. So how come I'm going to NA servers with 130 ping, I shoot the scuff and he drops instantly? Like, there is like, sometimes I was joking that I think that Nikita made a mistake labeling the servers, and the NA servers should be on Europe, honestly. That's how I'm not joking. That's how it really is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all the
definitely
seats
agree
and
with it.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's implemented in the game to kick you and to auto kick you if you're above a certain ping already. So I mean, if you I know people have been like getting kicked every 30 seconds, and that's kind of the intervals of this thing like activating and kicking you. It's not giving you the error message like, hey, your ping's too high, you're gonna get kicked, or it's there is a system to kind of balance it out. But I would agree, it's like you need to be over 400 to get kind of a positive, because 100 plus isn't, I mean,
It's not such a big difference.
no.
And lastly, again,
More
I don't
server
think-
it's in tick.
I don't think anybody's playing this game to prove that he's the best player or to be competitive player in Tarkov. So I'm not playing on any servers to gain advantage. I'm playing because Europe servers at 2 a.m. they're just dead. Nobody's playing. So what
People are sleeping.
exactly? What
Yeah.
am I supposed to do? Run and kill
Robin?
two scuffs?
Robin, could you lower your volume just a bit? I think
Lower?
it went up a bit. I'm guessing.
Okay.
I'm having that feeling.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop being
But I
loud,
definitely agree with Robin. Like, why would I run around and kill player scavs or scavs all night if you're streaming? Then I'd rather go NA or another kind of servers to actually meet people's gear. So like, and who would play with 400 plus ping? Like,
No one.
There are a
Hey,
lot
how
of
can-
guys.
Well, yeah, there are guys that do it, but I don't know why. For a competitive reason, I have no idea why. But for guys that are going from oversight, I mean, there is a balance. You can't go over 150 ping. They've stated it.
Okay.
They've maxed it. And if
Okay.
you can connect there, you are free to play there.
Not even with
Hello?
with VPN.
Not even with a VPN.
No,
because
VPN
it's
does
the
The ping.
VPN's not gonna help you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's still gonna clap you.
Yeah,
it's
I see.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
So
I
even
see.
if you say you're in NA, you won't be able to, because the registration on the launcher is just gonna it's gonna hit you.
Mhm.
You won't even be allowed to tick it off at all. So I mean, there's a lot of features in here that are just like keeping you from abusing it. I think people are having issues the soon, like telling the difference between a lag switch and someone being a high ping. Because I mean, lag switching now, there's a lot of videos where you can see people, like you hear a guy running down the hallway and you're waiting from the corner, and then your sound cuts out. The flickering of your laser goes still, and then this guy just pops around
Yeah.
the corner, and that's the lag switch.
I
essentially.
see.
Yeah.
But that's what people are like, oh, it's high ping, it's high ping. It's not high ping. There's multiple things that could, kind of desync, server latency. Like there's so many things. Even server hertz. If you're on a backup server, which no one will know except if you go test it with a program that will get you banned, but that's not how you. That's the only way you're gonna know. So it's very hard to go like this guy is high ping abusing.
Yeah. Okay.
This guy's lag switching. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing.
Yeah, and originally,
Sure.
I don't know if I can talk about it, but originally what it came from is from a video, right? And the video was talking about the rating season, and it was about me and 4 other people, and it was told that I'm not a ping abuser, but the trick is I was basically playing the different time than other people, and the rating season was during the time when there was a lot of hackers, and because there was a lot of hackers, other people who were ping abusing were playing NA to get less hackers in their game.
Okay.
And I was playing in the mornings when EU and Russian servers were not that full of hackers, so I basically played my servers. That's why.
Mhm.
So it was not the competitive reason for people from the top of Escape from Tarkov season leaderboards to play NA servers, not because it's easier, but
Yeah.
because it's just less hackers at the time that they were playing there. That's it.
Okay.
It doesn't give you an
That's
advantage.
kind of the video. I know the video that kind of blew up got deleted because it was disprove like multiple times that all of these like accusations are wrong, and not even tested. It was just a witch hunt at the end of the day. And I mean, my main problem is I can connect to 3 servers, and my ping will show 100, 110, and 130. And I mean, if you can lock down what 3 servers I'm on, and they are people, then I'm screwed. So me just showing that I have 120 ping, people know, oh, he's over here, and I'll get stream sniped the rest of the night.
Okay. I
So
see.
for me, that's the
Okay.
only reason why I hide my
Yeah.
120, 130 ping.
And
That's
trust
the
Okay.
only reason.
Because
You
they
have
will guess
so-
it and snitch. Okay.
have
I mean,
so
Robin
many
has played
stream
with
snipers.
me.
Yes, so many stream snipers. The first 2 games I ever
Really?
played with him, it was so it's so
It's
bad.
crazy.
Trust me.
It's
It's
crazy.
bad. It's so bad.
But it's sad though. Like,
It is definitely.
It's actually
dead.
pretty sad. Like you actually trying to create some content and people are destroying it.
Or ruining
Like
it,
it's not about
ruining it.
dying. Yeah, exactly. It's not about dying or surviving. It's all about like him doing his thing and like it gets destroyed.
Okay.
In my opinion, like it's sad. Like
Um,
I don't think either any of us like are thinking about, oh, we're gonna survive. We have to survive. It's a good stream if we survive a lot, or if we like
Yeah.
who cares about dying or surviving? In my opinion, I don't care if I die a lot. I
Some
really don't
people
care.
here.
Yeah, well,
There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
but for real though, like, it's not about for me though. Like for me, it's all about the PvP. It's about winning the fights, not about the survival. If I die from behind, nothing to do. GG's, I guess, right? But if people are stream snapping and destroying the fights by actually waiting for you to go in the open area or like what do you call it? Like killing you from behind while you're fighting another guy, it just ruins it, in my opinion.
Okay. Sure. Definitely. Sure. If you guys, I'm gonna switch it a bit, so maybe we can give some feedback to the new players. If you would have to give if you would have to give an advice to new players or to players who are not that good at playing aggressive, what would that advice be? Yeah, for new players or for players who are not as aggressive, how
we
would you
mentioned-
help them?
Yeah, like we mentioned before, is not don't copy paste anyone. You need to find your own playstyle and take tips and tricks from whoever you want, put it in your gameplay. Don't just blindly copy paste. It's not gonna work for you.
Yeah.
You need to
There's
get
a lot of-
comfortable with what you
Yeah,
do.
yeah, good, Robin. But how can I apply that in game? You know what I mean? Like practical stuff. How should I do it? What should I do then?
I mean, if you watch any of us, you kind of see we're holding corners.
Mhm.
Those corners you can just do the opposite. Look at that corners. Look at the jump spots.
Yeah.
Look at the angles and be like, oh, someone can hold that angle, or someone can see from this side to this side, and just putting yourself into the same scenarios of fighting set players, of me playing against Robin. I watch a lot of these guys and I go, he can do this. Why is he looking this way?
I see. Okay.
Kind of getting the biggest thing for me, I do keep it still on the movement, aim, and map knowledge. So I tell people come in, how do I improve? And I'm like, what's your problem? Aim, movement, or map knowledge? I get killed from random areas. That's map knowledge. Go offline, check where you died, and run to each angle and see where you've been shot from, and vice versa. You have bad movement. Go to the map, put on some music, and run the map. Get to a point where you can see I can sprint from here to B, A to B, and see where you can go until you have to stop and get endurance and know I can go here, I can look here, I can jump on this, I can't jump on this. It's stuff like that. Aiming is the biggest thing is like you need to kind of like take time. Time is the biggest thing. So for us, we play and we learn. If you want to improve yourself, you need to take the time and be like, okay, cool. I'm not so good at shooting. I'm gonna go work on my aim.
Okay. Okay.
That's how I kind of.
Dan?
Realizing, understanding your mistake.
Yeah. Okay. Dan?
I think with players that play aggressive, in some scenarios, I actually prefer playing against aggressive players than I do playing people who then make me the aggressor. When someone's being aggressive, they make noise. They're making noise. They're moving. They're very active. You know, I always wear contacts. I'm always listening for my enemy. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm always listening to what they're doing. We go back to that sort of sound that we was talking earlier on. With aggressive players, I mean, these guys that we're with now, they're intelligent aggressive players. So they will, like, these guys here will react and then push, or push, react. And like GhostFreak was saying, the whole chess game. But some players, they are aggressive, but they're not intelligently aggressive. And what you can do, you can turn that on their head. You can listen to what they're doing. Okay, he's sprinting, he's moving around, he's very active. I can expect him to push. He's got a lot of grenades. Okay, so he's gonna to throw a grenade. He's either gonna bounce it off a wall or he's gonna have to peek. He's throwing grenades. Right, hold the angle. He goes to throw. You get the headshot. Do you know what I'm saying? You can use people, because I'm not an aggressive player at all, and when I have to push, I do sometimes struggle with that. So what I like to do is, like I was saying before, let them make the mistake of pushing, or let them make the mistake of making that noise, and then react to that. And again, it does come back to that chess game. Generally, I like to finish it in one move, because if I miss, that's when I struggle. So work on your aim, try and make sure you're getting those headshots, and contacts, sword-ins, I'd stay away from everything else. I think tac sports are okay. The tac sport headsets, I think they're okay. But generally, I stick to contacts. So make sure you're listening for your enemy and turn their aggressiveness on their head if you can. That's what I'd say.
Okay. BakeeZy, anything to add? Or we're looking good?
No, it's all good. I agree with everything. If you're trying to learn, if you for some reason want to become more aggressive in your gameplay, for some special reason, just learn from your mistakes, learn from other players who are more experienced in it, and try to not copy paste the gameplay, but learn from different people for tips and tricks, like Robin said. Robert.
Okay. Between us, let's try to somehow describe how a battle evolves or works. Yeah, let's just say we're playing labs or whatever the map is. Let's just try between us. Yeah, what is the first thing that you do when you hear someone, or when you know there's someone close to you? The first thing.
First thing,
I should chop.
Only one thing. One thing. You guys are allowed to say one thing about every single thing that I'm going to describe. So
okay. I stop and listen how many there are.
Okay, GhostFreak. Something else. Say something else. No, I mean, if you say something else, then it could be a lie. No. Maybe you agree with him. Yeah.
What's the question again?
The question is, let's just try to somehow describe. It's kind of like a game. Let's try to describe among us or between us. Try to describe a fight. How does the fight evolve? What is the first step when you hear someone, or when you know there's someone close to you? What do you do first? You don't see him, yeah? You don't see the guy.
You don't see him. I obviously listen for multiples, but after that, obviously Robin's listening for them. It's putting a line of sight.
Okay.
Where you think this player is going to come out, and then getting cover or getting ready to do a play, which could be throwing a grenade and then pushing from either door. Or
Okay.
something.
Glorious?
Well, the same as Rob, and also it also depends where I'm at. Like if I'm in an open area, or like I have to think about the positioning. Like
Yeah.
where do I have to take this fight? Like where can I get this fight? Where can I get this guy to come?
So
to fight
positioning,
against me?
positioning for you.
Exactly, 100%, 100%.
Okay.
Like I can't just stay in the middle of the hallway and take a fight with a guy who's holding a corner, because he's gonna either bait me, like make me peek, or make me run away
Yeah.
if he nades me, or like there's so many scenarios. You have to think about all these things before you take
Yeah.
a fight against people.
If I think now, Robin said, I'm going to stop and listen. So would you stop in the middle of the hallway?
Sorry.
You
stop
said,
in the
I'm
middle of
going to
the
stop and listen. Would you stop in the middle of the hallway and listen for the guy? What the guy?
I mean, if like he's most likely not straight like ahead of me, so there is some cover. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I stop in random spots when I hear like before I make any move, I need to understand what I deal with. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna push into the room if I think there is one and I can't prove there is one. You know.
Okay. BakeeZy?
Depends on my current mental state. If I feel that people are hiding too much and I don't have anyone to fight, I'm gonna be like running to that place where approximately the enemy is like crazy. But that's a bad play. If I really want to win a fight, I would most likely, if I have a cover, for example, I'm in the hallway. If we're talking about labs, right? I will look at the wall where I think the enemy is, and I'll try to lead by
Yeah.
looking at the wall
Mm-hmm.
to understand where exactly my enemy
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
And then it depends if I want to if he's going towards me and I want to play smart, I will take a good position and wait for him. And then once he will move towards me, I will peek at that time, or I will hold an angle
Yeah.
if the angle is favorable for me. Or if I want this enemy to have a fair fight with me, like with him knowing where I am and me knowing where he is, like a gentleman fight, I will run around so he can hear me, so we can have a more interesting fight, not just me killing a person.
Okay. I
without
don't
him
have
knowing where
such
my position
moments.
is.
Okay. I don't have such privileges, I guess. And then, what would you say?
Just get as much information on them as you can.
Okay.
Enemy strengths. What are they doing? Okay, he's just used a key. Where did he use a key? Oh, it sounds like room
Yeah,
306.
I see.
I know that there's that. I know the reason why he would be in this room. Let's say it could be okay. He's in this room. He's most likely low gear. I'm going to play aggressive. They're up at Mark's room. Okay, they're going to be. Is there multiple enemies? I'm listening out to see what they're doing. Are they standing still? Are they holding a position? It all comes down to that. Listening to what your enemy's doing, and then positioning yourself into a position where you can maximize your effectiveness when you do. Because once you pull that trigger, that's it.
Yeah.
Once you fire that first shot, that fight has started. So you need to get everything right up until that first trigger pull, and you want to make sure it's your trigger that's being pulled as well, not theirs. So information is key. Find out as much as you can about.
Okay. So the next step, you see the guy, but he's pointing the weapon at you. Do you shoot back, or you just reposition?
Friendly wiggle.
Because that's an error that I still do a lot. The guy have seen me, or he knows where I am, and then although I see him, I still aim and try to shoot, and I fail because the guy has like that second in front of me.
I mean, yeah, I would say it's all about how comfortable and like how good your flicks are or your aim is. Like for me, depending on the situation, if I have cover close to me or not. If I don't, I will just turn around and start shooting back. If there is a cover, I'll try to get to the cover first.
Okay,
it's
first.
Like, I can't give you a straight answer because it's situations.
Can vary.
And I will also said use your artillery. Like if you have nades, make him move. Like use your nade, make him move, and then repositioning.
Yeah.
And then you know where he is, and then you can be the one who's on top by holding an angle. For example.
So try to flash him out.
Whatever. Like you can put a nade and you'll make him move, and then you can repeak it, or then you can like hold the angle, which was critical before for you, and then you have the upper hand. Like you were talking about that second he had, before you.
Yeah.
And if you use your artillery, use your gun, or if you have a flash or whatever, get that edge on that fight by using those artilleries. if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
that's what I would have
definitely,
done. Like I would
definitely.
go in cover, use my nade, make him move, and then I'll re-peek it, hold the angle, make him peek, and then get the headshot.
Okay.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds pretty easy, but I mean, with practice, you just do it with automatically. You know, like you will look around, make sure you read everything when you walk in a corner. If you walk in the hallway in labs, first floor, you just do everything. Like you just, how do you call it? Record everything while moving. Like okay, I'm gonna. For next step, I know I got a door. Next step,
Yeah.
I have a box on my right. Next step, I
Awareness.
have a corridor. You know, like
Tactical
you
awareness,
always
I think
you
it's
always
called, right?
reading everything. You know,
Yeah.
like when you
Yeah.
walk.
That's what would what an aggressive player would do. Have like insane tactical awareness.
You're
I guess.
always thinking, like you're
Yeah.
always thinking about
Yeah.
next second, next
The
second,
next move
second.
and so on. And how do you
Exactly.
get that? Do you get it also by experience, GhostFreak, or it's something that you, I don't know, it's a skill that you got and that's it?
It's pretty much experience. I mean, this builds up after time. It's muscle memory. You know, it's kind of like building up to you. It's learning from your mistakes most of the time. I mean, it's the CS thing, the aiming, the box play, the 1v1s. And I mean, if I walk up into an open area or semi out of cover and someone is already on me, it's instantly like in my brain I have to. He's got lock. I don't. Move
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah.
Switch up. It re-engage the chess game.
Yeah.
Because if he has aim on me, I need to reset. If I think I'm fast enough and I see he's not ADS, which would look a little bit tighter than him standing like.
Then you got a chance.
You have maybe a chance. I will be like, I could flicker and then try it, and then if you fail, you just like, I'll never do this for the next 2 weeks, and then I'll try again.
Yeah,
But I mean,
exactly.
that so many of this stuff comes to like the biggest thing I've had in my stream where a bunch of guys, I told them stop doing the 400 DPI thing and get your own DPI, because everyone, you need to, it's like Robin said, you need to learn your own playstyle, you need to learn your own
Yes.
things, and not all settings are set for you. Everyone has different screen colors and all these things. I mean, kind of building your own thing is kind of how you build it up, but it also depends on your playstyle. I think Dan wouldn't get into a situation like that, all right, when in the open, or be caught up in the open, because he would, have it mentally in there. With us, it's like, we're gonna run over this road. If someone locks on, we're gonna try and do something.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
Do you guys regret for being too aggressive sometimes? I mean, of course, when you die, you regret it. But I mean, like, your mental state. Does your mental state change? And you guys know what I mean. Let me try to explain it.
Yeah.
You get it?
I get it. I do get it. I do get it. I for me, I've kind of gotten down to my playstyle's my playstyle, so it's to the closest point. It's not like I'm trying to be aggressive play and then I'm like, fuck, I can't do this. I'm just gonna give it. I never feel like that. I'm always like, I did something wrong. I'm gonna fix it, and we go again. That's
Okay.
Just, for me. Yeah. But I've never regretted being too aggro or
No.
like cussing at my own playstyle.
Okay.
At any point.
I guess you guys could never change. I mean, if I would tell Glorious, hey Glorious, let's go sniping on woods.
Bro, your voice just
You're cutting
cut off.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Sounded like
Yeah.
Glorious, let's go woods.
What about now?
No, it's
It's
okay.
good now?
Sometimes
Yeah.
Could you repeat though? Could you
Yeah,
repeat?
sure. So I would say let's try to imagine telling Glorious, let's go sniping on woods. They'll be like, I guess you guys will never change, right?
Well, if I had a sniper, I would still push. Like I think I would play. No, listen, no. Don't get me wrong, please. I think I would play with the sniper as an assault rifle. Like I wouldn't care.
You're aggressive
I'm sorry.
recon.
Yeah.
You're
I
aggressive
couldn't
recon at the
help
end of the
it.
day.
Like I can't stand
Yeah.
still. I
Quick
I get
scopes.
bored. Like I don't know. Like something in me is just boiling. If I stand still, I can't.
I mean,
Okay.
honestly, I do play with almost daily. I love the map. I honestly love the map.
It's my favorite map. Yeah.
Yes, and I do take sniper always with me, but like how I use sniper is basically I force myself. There is like a guy that doesn't see me 50 meters away. I'm gonna take my sniper out so I can't hit him with the sniper.
Okay.
I mean, if you're an aggressive player, it doesn't mean you cannot enjoy the other thing there are in the game, which are plenty of. Like, it doesn't mean you will not mod a gun with like MP5 with green tracer rounds and not gonna like try to have fun with this, while knowing that you cannot rush people like crazy all the time because they're gonna have armor, right? So I think all of us have done or regularly do that kind of stuff to have fun in the game, but like mainly we'll do like to take PvP fights.
Yeah.
We enjoy
Mhm,
this.
mhm.
I
kind
mean,
of
for
stuff.
us, for me personally, like I can switch to a playstyle. Like it's the same when you group with people. So
Yes.
if I play with Robin, I'll instantly feel Robin's a little bit fucking aggro today.
Yeah.
He'll be the
You
aggressive guy,
adapt,
and I'll
right?
be I'll be covered. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll adapt as hard as I can. And if I'm aggressive on that day, I'll just kind of be like, okay, landmarks behind me, landmarks behind me. Okay. We'll help each other. But
Mhm.
I've played with guys like Deadly, and Slushy, where it's a little bit slower. It's more conscious. It's like more conscious. Like you need to. Oh, they hear someone and then they set up and do their thing. For us, it's like I hear someone. Okay, yeet, and then start the engagement. That's just for us. But we can play the slow style. I think it's harder for casual, a slower player to play very aggressive because they don't usually do that. For us, it's like I can play slow because I know this guy's gonna do something, but it's always hard, you know. Because not all players play the same. It's always a different like chess game every
Yes.
single day.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say I don't like the labels like somebody's aggressive, somebody's immersive.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't like to I don't like to call myself aggressive. I just like to be on top of the chess game. That's it.
But it's inevitable to have a label. It's inevitable, mate. I mean, how should I categorize you, or how would you say I play? I'm far from being aggressive in comparison to you or to the rest of the guys. We have to somehow.
Yeah, I get your point. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe playing for me being aggressive, an aggressive player doesn't come negative. I respect you guys and I wish to be like you guys. I played with that guy on the left corner above there who's pushing the push to talk button for some raids.
Oh my!
I played for some raids and I was like, what the hell? How is this guy doing this stuff? And I was like, then 2 days after that, I was playing only labs to get better, and I couldn't do it, man. So it's
Well, labs
It doesn't come from one day, right?
yeah.
I mean, you see, you respect that, and I respect that. You respect that, but some people like when I take Sniper 2, they're like, "What the hell? Why are you playing this
I
map?"
see.
Because I want
Oh.
to. Because I want to.
I'm human
I
too,
see, yeah.
screamer.
I'm meant to play only labs and factory. I'm just meant to because I'm an aggressive player. No,
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying the game how I like to play.
I
it.
see.
That's all.
I see. Okay.
With streaming, it's an issue. Sometimes when you hold an angle for more than 2 seconds, people start to like tell you, "Stop camping, man. What are you doing?"
What the fuck? What are you doing?
Okay.
But that's all viewer based.
Okay. Yeah. Do you envy these guys then? Do you envy them? Well, I mean, let me explain. Let me explain because right now it's very easy to say, but when you have a fight on customs against a very good guy who kicks your ass, and then you get the feeling that you got your ass kicked, do you envy them, the aggressive? Let's just call them aggressive player, or it's
No. I mean, I look at the situation and you think like, well, how did I die? What did I do wrong in my playstyle? I think in a way, because I don't have that aggressive like mechanical skill and that sort of skill in FPS. I think I do think sometimes I'd love to be able to just go in and wipe the map, but at the same time, there's a real beauty in everyone having their own playstyle and everyone having their own way of doing things. We could have, at the end of the day, long story short, we all play Tarkov because we enjoy it. We enjoy the game.
definitely in our way, right? In our particular way, yeah.
In our own way. So I wouldn't say that it's envy, but there's obviously, as you say, there's a lot of respect shown from a skill perspective,
Exactly.
on a professional level as well. It's like, wow, this guy's really, really good at the game, or he's really good at pushing and has that mechanical skill. But at the same time, you can show skill and experience in other ways.
Yeah.
So it's a broad spectrum, and everybody is welcome. Apart from extract campers. Like you guys are not welcome. But no, you know what I'm saying. Everybody is welcome to play as they wish, and I love the fact that Tarkov allows you to do that currently.
Okay.
100%.
Another question that I have for you guys. I've seen a lot of guys, and maybe some of you are, let's just say, guilty. Yeah, I do it myself as well sometimes. You see that with a lot of aggressive players, they're using some mechanics which are not going with the spirit of Tarkov. Like, for example, bunny hopping and quickly jumping to get some info, and and closing the doors and throwing a frag and then trash talking and all that stuff. Do you think that some of the things are not okay, or are you guys fine with it or with them?
Like, I mean, it's a part of the game, right?
Yeah.
They are.
not
The
that-
features are in the game, without a doubt.
I mean,
yeah.
like I like to tease like the people that I meet, and before killing them, just like calling them bitch in game while with the voice button,
Yeah.
like just to be a bit cocky, like I like it, but if they come to my stream, I'll just say GG's. Like I'm not,
I see.
I'm not that guy,
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm not
okay,
being
yeah.
a douchebag or anything. And if they kill me, I will say, hey, GG's, man, enjoy my gear. Like what else can I say?
Mm-hmm.
Either you kill me or I kill you, and everyone kills everyone in Tarkov.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
it.
So they're part of the game. Why not using those features?
Yeah, so I guess we can jump on the bunny hop thing. The bunny hop was it's so hard. It's the same thing with Apex with the whole healing and bunny hopping as well that
Yeah.
was in the game. It took skill to kind of learn something like that and use it.
I see. I see.
Them removing it made a lot of competitive players on Apex very mad. And
Yes.
currently now as well, they technically say they removed it. It's just going to be harder to do it, but it's something we just it's something up the sleeve always. I would not go as far as using something like a third-party program or freestyle or just me. Like I don't use that, right? But I mean, if someone's gonna open a door or do the door thing or nade thing or do a boost jump to check corners, then it's like, okay, this guy knows where I am because he used this, and it's just kind of how we use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
You can't
so hard.
stop it,
Like,
really.
you can't
Yeah.
stop it.
It's always
It's
gonna
like-
be in a game to like some degree. You can't just
CS
Yeah,
bunny hopping
yeah.
in CS, it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
there since it feels like almost 12 years,
Okay. Okay.
It's
But
a
in
part of the
CS
game.
In
Yeah.
CS, they leave those mechanics on purpose, right? But in Apex and Tarkov, they remove those mechanics to make the game more casual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Tarkov is a realistic game, but still, it is a game, right? So any game has mechanics that require skill. If the game will have zero skill mechanics,
if people won't
um,
play it.
people
Yeah.
won't play it. Exactly.
Yeah.
There will be no
Because
I
reward.
see. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Like
it's-
Fortnite. I'm just
yeah.
kidding. I'm sorry.
Well, learning to build fast in Fortnite is a skill, right? It
True,
helps you a
true.
lot. So
Fortnite is
using
extremely
the boost jump
good.
or
Yeah.
the bunny hop in Tarkov is a skill, and it's something that you can learn and you can use, right? But I mean, if it's something like going underneath the ground or
Oh,
pushing your head through a rock to see people, no, obviously we don't do that. And I
Yeah,
mean, we stream,
not
we show
exploiting.
most of the stuff. We don't do it. We
Yeah.
don't do exploit
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
And I mean, we jumping around corners. It's remove the jump button then. But yeah.
And how about now that we're talking about this, and then you're more than free to share your opinion as well. Pre-painkillering?
Pre-painkilling? I
yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah,
really?
I don't
Really?
do
You
the
don't?
stream.
You don't do it?
I don't do it for the stream. Yeah.
I see.
For me, it looks really bad on stream. But
For me as
for
well,
me-
but I do it. I mean,
The only
everyone
time
does
I
it.
do it, yeah,
I forget about it all the time.
the only
Yeah.
the only map I do it is labs, just because raiders are just hilarious
Yeah.
and they can block your leg across the map.
that's
but-
the only thing.
Yeah. But
so
other than
in
that,
your
I never
eyes,
use them.
guys, it's a bad thing.
It is. I mean,
It
no.
is, it has
uh,
negatives too. So-
Yeah, but in my opinion, it like I really hate abusing mechanics of the game, like content size stuff like this, and I never use it because like, hey, you can't just pop painkiller and then break your leg and run away. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
So I don't
love
like
doing-
Yeah, I
feel
don't like.
anything.
I don't like to
rounders.
abuse stuff like
That's
this.
why I have morphine, right? So to
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
adrenaline, bro.
Exactly.
for
It's
this
like 2
purpose.
seconds.
I see.
Yeah.
I think
Dan?
with these things that we're talking about, and bunny hopping,
I do it.
prepaying and stuff like that. I think this is down to BSG. They've been posted a little bit of a dilemma, really, because on one hand they're saying they're marketing their game as this hardcore, realistic
Yeah.
action, etc. We all know the
Yeah.
the description. So it's a hardcore, realistic game. Brilliant. I'm gonna go and buy this game. They get onto their first raid, and the first thing they see is somebody running about 30 miles per hour down a corridor. They jump, sprint, spin, and they're sitting there thinking, what? Like, what just happened there?
Yeah.
So it does. Man, I can see it from both sides, and I think it's a real dilemma. And I think the way with the dual stamina bar and with the overweight system and stuff like that, I think we're moving into a more realistic direction, but we'll still have that skill.
Abusable?
I don't know. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
But on the other hand, how often do you see that in game? Like you are watching the streamers that does it, yes, but they are not majority of the game. I don't see players jumping around corners a lot, honestly.
same.
Most of
And
the
when I
players
do see it,
aren't really
then I know it's a
jumping.
very good player.
Exactly. When there is that one guy out of 20 raids, I know it's a good guy and to prepare myself, but I don't
Okay.
really see that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I think the biggest problem is people see this when they say a hardcore shooter, people think it needs to be like it's realistic. When people, it's not a simulator. If it was
Yeah.
a simulator, we already been dead with one shot or two shots. And
Like-
helmets wouldn't be the way they
Yeah.
are, and drugs wouldn't be the way they are.
Uh-huh.
Armor.
I mean, all
like
this,
search and destroy in Call of
it's
Duty,
all-
where you only have one life, right?
yeah. This is like you essentially have there's two sides. Obviously, the people that want it to be this way, and the other people that want to be this way. But playstyles dictate everything, though.
Yes.
So I mean, if someone wants to run with a hatchet, he's gonna run with a hatchet. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
Yes.
stop that guy. If a
Yes.
guy wants to run fat, thick gear, tank, fort armor and an
Yeah.
Alton, and wants to be slow and wants to tank a lot of shots, you're not gonna stop him.
He can do
And
it.
I mean, if the devs are gonna start hammering at every single thing that comes up, the game's gonna become very
That will not be good.
yeah.
That will not be
Yeah,
good. Okay.
Just like
Okay.
GhostFreak said, it's not simulator. Like I'm getting shot. Hey, I'm gonna use my Saliu. I'm gonna be full health again. It's
Walking,
a
I
game.
can walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a game. Like
It just
No.
there are so many compared to other games, compared to every game we have on the market. There are so many mechanics in the game that make the game realistic, but people only focus on that stuff that is not realistic, that is unrealistic for some reason. But if you make it completely realistic simulator, it won't be as big game as it is right now, definitely, and it, for me at least, it won't be as fun as it is because. I think the games which are super realistic should be like the same way that the squad is played or something, when you have a huge group of people playing together, communicating all the information in the proper way. Then it is probably fun. And in the skill, in this scenario, the skill is in your communication and the way you your tactic is developed, right? But if everything will be removed from Tarkov, then it's going to be pretty random, and the game of patience. That's it. It's just
And
gonna
will
be
fade.
patience.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at COD is every COD's the same, and it dies out because it's the same playstyle. It's fast action, and it gets boring at a time. Where Tarkov, you can have slow, fast, medium players, right? That's the great thing about Tarkov. Anyone can play the way they want in Tarkov.
Exactly.
And if you start
Everything is
hammering
viable.
on things, it's gonna be. It's like I've spoken this to Nikita. I'm like, you do you see your vision of the game, do your vision of the game, and the community will go with it. They love your game already. They love the way it's going.
Definitely. Yeah.
Don't just hammer on the negative things too hard. And I mean, they're taking everyone's advice. Like I think all of us did the post on the skills, and we all have things to say, and they are trying to get to it. So
Okay.
it's really hard. It's really hard. Yeah.
And
Sure.
yeah, I was just about to say, like, you can't really blame anyone playing with a naked hunter or naked Mosin or whatever, like hatchet or pistol.
Yeah,
Like maybe it's the way that people enjoys the game by playing doing that.
definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so like I know for a fact if I get killed losing my 1 million gear in like when I go in a raid, I'll definitely go top gear. Like I don't go budget gear,
Yeah.
for sure. But
Unless
if
a
I get
meme.
one tap by a hunter, yeah, like if I get a one tap by a hunter guy, which is naked only by a hunter, it has to be my own fault. Like why did I do the mistake that he got me? He should be easy to kill. You know, like two taps, he's done. He didn't have any armor.
Mhm.
That's it. Like you can't get mad on a guy who kills you by doing that. Does that make sense?
I understand it.
like
I mean,
like
it's easy to understand that, but how you react to that, it's a whole different story. If you
Yeah.
go shoreline, for example, and you see three pistoliers taking your lead access, then that's a bit infuriating. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I
That's just
totally
a part of the
respect
game.
that they are having fun with doing that. You know? Yeah.
They're not,
It's
they're not
just
your
another
lead
game.
X's. They're not your lead X's. They're
That's a
they're
good.
there.
That's a
And
good
they
point.
belong to whoever takes them.
That's a
Yeah,
very
you know,
good
it's,
point. Yeah.
I mean,
The-
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fair. It's
I've,
fair.
I've had this like conversation. Back in the day, I was like, yeah, I hate hatchlings, and then I thought a little bit more about it when playing the game more, and it's like it's 9 slots, and I don't think anyone here would want to give up the how can I call this the secure container kind of up.
Yeah.
Like no one would want to destroy the
No.
secure container feature just because of 9 slots.
No. No.
Like I would not because the game is kind of made over the secure container. It's
Yeah.
that
The
feeling of,
fundamentals of the game needs to
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
I can if I die I don't lose everything.
Mhm.
That's the worst thing for people. That is the worst thing for people. It's like playing DayZ and then losing everything. You have to run 9 hours and getting all your stuff again and losing it at 2 seconds. But having just that container, like that's what keeps people playing. And I mean if you
Yeah.
can still make money and die, people will play the game, and that's
Mhm.
kind of the fear of it. It is
Yeah.
that I love about the game.
I mean, I'm not sure if I'm playing the same game as others. Like for me, hatchling problem isn't the biggest problem in the game. I don't know why it's
not.
always this.
Yeah.
No,
At
no,
all.
no, no. We are not. No, no, no. I
No,
don't
no,
want
I
to.
know.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, no.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely
People
not.
claim it to
Definitely
be
not.
the
People
biggest
need to
problem
play
of the
it.
game. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
not.
Definitely not. I don't want to somehow shift the discussion to hatchlings being. No, no, no.
No,
I
no,
used to.
no,
I used to
hatchlings.
play.
That's the playstyle. Yeah, that's still the playstyle that we add.
Yeah, definitely. What I
Imagine,
wanted
like,
to
some-
ask you guys, go for it, BakeeZy. Sure,
I
sure.
imagine some hatchlings like even managed to kill people. Like Glorious used to be a really good hatchling back in the
Oh
days.
my god. Oh my god. I'm done.
Just,
What the hell, man?
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought everyone knew.
Cool. You exposed him. Okay, cool stuff. Cool stuff.
Yeah, like imagine how exciting it is for a new player to kill someone with a hatchet. Like probably you just started the game and you kill someone when you grab your EOD gear and you kill someone with hatchet. You probably get more excited when you kill someone with hatchet. Like don't.
Trust me, I know all about it.
Exposed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the change has been made that scavs that hunt hatchlings, so they're much less problem, I guess, because it's simply hard to survive now as a hatchling. You actually have to bring in
Yeah,
something to defend
definitely,
yourself.
definitely, yeah. Coming back to some of the things that we said in the script, guys, and helping some newcomers and so on. What would your advices be when, because there's like 240 guys looking, and maybe some guys on YouTube and some other guys tomorrow and so on. What would some advices be when it comes to this is how you should gear up, and this is the weapon that you should use, and learn this map and so on, like overall, when you look at the game and want to somehow help someone someone who's new at the game, what would you tell him? And then everyone will have the chance to say something, of course.
I'll go.
Go for it,
Essentially,
sure,
I mean,
definitely.
gear up for what you're doing. Like if you're going to do a quest, gear up to do the quest. If you're going to do a quest and you're not allowed to die, then get the gear that will make you survive. Put a silence on, do all the things, and stay away from fights. Do the minimal to survive the raids. If you're going in, you need to kill people. Gear up for that.
Mhm.
You need armor, you need protection, you need nades, and this. Like know what you're in for the raid. I mean, if you're gonna go in to do something, then do it, right? And stay with it. if the opportunity is there and you want to take the gamble, then do
Yes.
it. But I mean, always know what you're doing.
Mhm.
There must be a reason for you going into that raid, and
Okay.
then play or organize for it.
Okay. Robin?
Oh, sorry, I spaced out a little bit. Can you repeat?
Good
You
morning,
fell asleep?
sunshine.
Good morning.
The question is, if you were to give some advices to new players regarding the game overall, like allgemein would be the German word. Yeah, like generally about this game from Tarkov. What would you advise the newcomer, the new player?
I agree with Ghost saying get up for what you're doing, and for what I would say, bring the minimum as a, for example, pistol. Why? Because you can kill Scaff with a hunter, use the hunter to kill me. That's all you need, one pistol in the game. Like bringing hatchet, you're limiting yourself to basically dying with the first Scaff you're gonna see. Because even with even Scaffs aren't too smart. It's not that easy to kill them with the hatchet anyway. Like do the bare minimum and understand also how important the bullets are in this game, because they are super important.
Okay.
That's all I could.
Yeah.
A part of like learning from your mistakes, obviously. Because
Okay.
this is how you-
Okay. BakeeZy? You are muted. You are muted.
I
There-
agree
There,
with
there you go.
Ghost and Robert. Yeah, learning the maps, learning the ammo, gearing up. But I don't have anything to add. Like this is the first things you have to learn,
Yeah. Yeah.
to be honest.
Glorious?
The same, and also map knowledge. Again, like where do you spawn? What do you expect? Where to expect PvP? Where to like avoid people? If you're doing missions, try to and you actually want to survive. You could actually
Yeah.
avoid people by the map knowledge you have. Like you don't go to the hot spots. You can go all the way around it, and like by surviving actually a lot more by doing that. That would be my advice for sure.
Okay.
Map knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and know your guns 100%. Like know your guns, know your armor, know your ammo, and also like all the equipment you're using.
Okay. Dan? I think there's not a lot more to say, right? But go for it.
There's
Go for
not.
it.
I
Without
think
doubt.
it's all been covered. But what I would say, I think one of the most important things to remember is to enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the game. Have fun. You know, if you're not having fun, if you're finding it so such
Cringy.
a grind and it's so difficult, and you're always upset because you're dying, you're like, why are you not enjoying it? Why are you not having fun in the game? You know, then identify why you're not having fun and then work on it. Maybe you're not surviving. Maybe you can't do the tasks. There are thousands and thousands of Discords, streamers, communities out there who are happy to help. You know, I know we run our own Sherpas. Battlestate have got their own official
Yes,
Sherpa team
yes.
and all that. Like, there's so many resources available, ammo charts, videos. Like, figure out why you're not having fun and then work on that, you know, because at the end of the day, we play games because we enjoy it. If you're not enjoying yourself, you know, figure out why you're not
Yeah,
enjoying yourself.
yeah.
And then go
Exactly.
from there.
There is so many playstyles to the game, so many things to do. You don't have to kill everyone. Maybe you just want to have the best inventory there is, or maybe
Yeah,
you just want to
yeah.
snipe. There is so many ways to play this game. It's not again.
Absolutely.
It's not a competitive game. It's not about
Yeah.
killing.
And
I actually
it's-
heard people are enjoying killing scavs, by the way.
I mean,
Scavs,
I enjoy
playing
doing
market.
that.
Like,
I
literally
enjoy
people-
doing that.
Yeah.
Like not
A
even
lot of
taking fights against the players, only by killing the scavs. And
Yeah.
just extract.
I met a player, guys. I don't know exactly if I don't know if I should say this. I don't know if age is nowadays not that important. Maybe when it comes to skills, let me explain. When it comes to skills, a younger 15-year older or so, or 16 or 17 will have better skills, better movement. Let's just say hand movements than you. Yeah. But I met this guy who said he is playing sniper, preparing ambushes for other players. So he waits for 20-30 minutes in a raid, killing one scav and waiting for that guy to come and loot the scav. Dude, it's respectable. I mean, I respect it, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
you can-
And it's his
It's
own
okay
way.
choice.
Right?
I know also someone like that.
Yeah,
That's actually realistic,
Yeah.
by the way.
it
Yeah,
is.
like,
I
It
mean,
is,
a
it is.
sniper.
Yeah,
But
if it's
what you do probably.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it's a war, if you were a sniper, you have to sit there, bro. You ain't gonna push
Yeah.
anyone like
Yeah.
with the sniper. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about. That the game has so many viable playstyles that can bring people fun, and the
Mhm.
game doesn't only have playstyles. You can also play the market. Some people play the market without. I'm talking about people who play without scripts and
Yeah. Yeah.
other
Sure.
stuff. About the
Yeah.
legit people who actually play the market. While it's in the game, they're having fun playing the market. Other people having fun sorting inventory or modding guns. There are people like this.
Okay. Okay.
So many ways. So
So
many
I
ways to
really
enjoy
like the
game.
fact that you guys mentioned gear and tactics and know the map, but I also like the fact that, hey man, try to have fun in the game. Why are you not having fun? You don't. Escape from Tarkov is not about smashing your keyboard, and it's not about that stuff. It's trying to have fun. Very good point. Very very good point. Yeah. And if you don't have fun, dude, there's something wrong. You need to do something. Change. Find your way in how you play Escape from Tarkov and make it entertaining and fun for you. Yeah. Not all of us are streamers. I think like the majority of us are not streamers, or if they're streamers, there are like small streamers and so on. So you don't have a lot of people behind you watching you and stuff like that. So try to make it fun for you, right? A good point. Very good point. Yes, without a doubt.
Yeah, and Dan also said about things that you need to refer to, like ask the community, watch the streamers, check the YouTube channels to like
Yes.
learn some stuff,
Yes.
right? And the fact that the game is so, maybe I just a little bit rephrase it, but yeah, the fact that the game is so community based, PSG made it so community based.
Yes.
That the fact that they don't give all the information inside the game, I think it's an awesome fact because there are more ways to enjoy the game for people. Like some people also like to make meme guns and they bring them to streamers and then watch them and they understand they're a part of that.
Yeah.
Like
And
and overall that the whole community, everybody knows each other almost all the time. You kill someone, you might like maybe 10% of the time you know who it is. For bigger streamers, when bigger streamer kills you, I think the player who got killed, he knows who that is 90% of the time.
Okay.
Everybody knows those people.
It's like what I saw the message from Sigma before. It's rely on the community. Go back to the community. Need help? Go to like Dan said. Go to a Discord, man. You don't find people to play with. Go and ask and find yourself. Ask a streamer or ask someone. Hey man, I want to play with someone. Do you recommend or which one should I watch? Or yeah, it's very community based and it's a very good thing because what I've seen in this game I've not seen in other games, to be honest. Like streamers support themselves and all that stuff. It's not such a high competition between them and between players and so on. Although when you go into the fight, if you think it's a bit paradoxical, because if you say paradoxical in English, you know
we
what I mean?
understand.
That sounds good.
Okay, so if you think of it, if you go into a raid, it is a competition because you want to kill the other, and the other kills you, wants to kill you. So yeah, but it's good that it is like this. It's a paradox, says Jimbo. Thank you. So good, guys. Anything else that you guys would add when it comes to this is what you should take with you and these weapons? What do you guys think? What weapons are good? Just name some weapons that people should use.
If you are not experienced, just play with Hunter. Honestly, you can kill everyone and anything with Hunter.
What about the SKS?
AK.
Sorry,
What about the SKS?
I'm not a fan of 762 by 39.
No. Okay.
I mean, yeah. There's a lot of like all the beginner guns have their traits of why they're good and why they're not good. It's just the ammo that you use and how you know what they do. So I tell a lot of the guys, I tell them go play offline and use the guns against the scavs. Go see what it does and then go check the ammo and see why you didn't do what you did. And I mean, kind of see how fast you can shoot, how the recoil goes in different positions, and
So
kind of
try
build
things
yourself
out.
into
Okay.
using the guns.
Okay. AK, BakeeZy said. Glorious?
Well, I said Mosin, to be honest, as well. It's a pretty good gun as well. It will one tap people for sure. And also like as you guys were talking about trying some different guns. Now that we have that hideout, you can try different guns and like try to get used to the recoils and also like get used to it and practice. And also I've heard like Robin is actually telling people to go in factory and go horde mode and take a gun, go fully automatic, and just go only for the head. That will improve your
I see.
like improve everything, like even your PvP and PvE. Like So
Okay. Dan? Weapons?
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
weapons? Of course,
Good
when we talk...
weapons.
Just a moment. Sorry.
Go for it. Go for it.
I really don't want to be misunderstood. Yeah. So and that the guys in the chat don't say something like, "Hey man, don't take weapons, take ammo." We are talking about weapons, and if we go with weapons, you definitely should take the best ammo. Yeah, without a doubt, right? We talked about it before, right? Okay, Dan. Sorry.
I'd say just play with everything and decide what works for you. Like what weapon. Like for example, I really can't get on with the MP7, but I will go into a stream. I say, "Hey, dude, how you finding the MP7?" And they're like, "It's all I use." Like I'm just like, "How can you use this?" And
Okay.
you know, it really is down to personal preference. So just try and get as much experience on everything. Try every weapon. Try every single piece of ammo. You know, you might be surprised. Have a look at the ammo charts. Find what you think might be, useful for you. Learn how PMCs die and scabs die and how much HP. You can find this all out on the wiki and different apps and stuff. Just I'd say just get as much experience on everything as you can, and just enjoy the different intricacies and differences between different weapons. And sooner or later, you'll find something that works for you. Like I never knew I'd enjoy the P90 as much as I do now if I didn't try it. So give it a go. Maybe you'll like it. If you don't worry about it. Just sell it on. No worries.
Okay.
Stick on the flea market.
Okay. All right. I think we've covered the majority of the questions. I didn't ask all of them because some of the questions are linked to what you guys already said. So we're talking about weapons and meta and ADSing and how the fight starts and how it ends and so on. You guys already explained that stuff from the beginning. So I think doing it all over and over again could be boring. And you guys already answered to those questions, right? So I think we've covered everything here that we had, which was very important. But is there anything else that you guys would want to add? You have the liberty to say something about, hey man, this I forgot to say this, or this is important, or whatever.
I
You guys go for
actually
it.
have something to say.
Sure.
To be honest, like if you ever feel comfortable, for example, when I play labs, I know I'm talking about labs all the time. It's because I do play labs. I'm a lab rat, but the thing is, you don't have to go in completely geared every time. If you have the money and if you are comfortable by your play style, you could actually use armor rigs only. That will, like, it's cheap to use, and if you're comfortable with your aim, the map knowledge, you can make insane amount of profit. Like you can take your armor rig, put it in your backpack, take the guy's armor on, take his rig on, and you're good to go. Now you have completely more space in your backpack with the armor rig, and you could only go for the attachments with the guns. You don't need to take the whole guns out in the raid. Only go for the attachments. You'll double up the profit you just made. That's just that's just me. You don't have to go completely geared every raid. You
Yes.
can go low budget and you can make insane amount of profit.
Yeah, definitely. And it could be a lot more fun if you do it like
course,
this.
if you wanna
because the
challenge
reward,
yourself.
right? It's excellent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you want to challenge yourself, you can go without helmet as well, because everyone is using good bullets anyway. You'll get one tap in labs.
There is one question in the script. Do you guys recommend? But I'm gonna ask that later. I don't want to miss some of the questions of the guys because the guys are struggling to ask questions here, and have you guys heard anything about arena mode? Nothing, right? For GhostFreak, you have some connection with Nikita. Arena mode, nothing, right?
The arena mode is only after the main chunks of the maps are going to be, after streets they will announce what is planned for arena mode. But that's
Okay.
that's
That's
all
all.
I have.
Can you ask if the guys prefer stereo or surround headsets, or can I? No. I'm gonna ask now. Stereo or surround, guys, when it comes to
Stereo.
escape.
Stereo.
Stereo.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, because surround doesn't work in the game.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Would you
And then-
recommend labs for a beginner, intermediate player, and if so, why, or why not?
For
I would
beginner,
say-
definitely not, in my opinion.
If
Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay.
No.
For a beginner, not for, but for intermediate player, if you will spend time to learn the map, if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to spend your resources on that, then yeah, you can become really good and earn a lot of money by playing labs.
Yeah.
If you're willing
okay.
to take that risk.
Yeah.
Rather,
that kind of stuff.
but it's a
I'd
huge
rather
risk.
play reserve than labs.
I see.
As a player that wants to take it on and learn a map,
Yeah.
I would rather go into
Mhm.
reserve.
Question: do these gentlemen have a guidance for beginners to find the right sensitivity? What is the majority general sensitivity settings? What is a good start DPI and in-game sense? I found my sense, but have some beginners in Discord that ask me almost daily what to explain. Go for a low sensitivity, mid sensitivity, or high sense, and try to find the sensitivity the way that fits best. Hard
Yeah,
question.
there is no
Then-
answer for that. That's
Exactly.
personal preference. Don't copy paste
Yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
because it's
Okay.
not gonna
Yeah.
work.
That's
For example,
that's
I'm relatively low sense and GhostFreak is 4000 DPI and he's one of the best players in the game. So you need to find something that you enjoy. Like how I started with that. It's basically I tried to do like 180 kinda like turn around 180 degrees. If that was accurate, then I would like you need to get used to it. You won't find sensitivity that's perfect for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. You can get
Absolutely.
used to almost everything. Just
You
find the
need-
preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick
I don't
one
know.
that sticks to you.
What?
Go for it, guys.
Ah.
Go for it.
I don't know if I can plug, but yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the video. Okay, so two ways I think that are viable. You can, for example, shoot once into the wall, and then walk around at the speed while ADSing and while not ADSing, and try to have your aim on that dot. Then you can somehow adjust your speed, ADS speed, and
Sensitivity.
overall sensitivity. Yes,
Mhm.
and also you can, for example, go woods, take two trees, and shoot both of them and try to flick on them really
Hey,
fast.
I was about to say. Hey, that's a good tip. I was about to say the same one. Good
And
point.
if you
good point.
overflick, if you overflick, you lower your sensitivity.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That's a
And
known
you
one.
get
Okay,
comfortable.
perfect.
One of the oldest ways in Quake, we used to do it a lot. We
Yeah.
would shoot a wall with double dot, top and bottom, and
Yeah.
then one in the middle. So you have a star. So you can go between all of them, and if you feel comfortable, you could always make the bigger, the circle
I
bigger,
see. Yeah.
the star bigger. So you would play your own game against the wall,
Mhm.
and then kind of feel it out. And if you feel too sluggish, you make it, you put it up.
Yeah.
But this whole sense thing is it's a lot harder. You need to. It's everyone has different like muscle memory for it.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
a lot of work to kind of figure it out. But I know a lot of us have videos on it, or we'll answer
Probably
you
yes.
in our own stream if they come
Yes,
ask us
yes,
about it, because
yes.
it will take like 2 hours to explain everything,
Indeed.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mouse is it's very important.
Mhm. I wonder what the guys think about the 2-second fuse nades. Ever since they showed them, I'm convinced they will be a massive game changer, especially in the hands of these guys.
Well, I
Again,
will still push him.
There are
again,
was I breaking out or breaking up?
No.
No,
No,
about
no,
the
I just yeah.
in this patch notes in the podcast that they had yesterday, they showed these handmade grenades which explode a lot faster than the normal grenades. Would those grenades be a game changer, or this aggressive playstyle aspect, or definitely, right?
Remember when they introduced ammo packing and or like med animation, everything was game breaking and changing everything. It didn't change anything.
was-
No, okay.
So yeah, so every grenade has a negative onto it. Some fuses are too long and some fuses are too short, and the damage on those 2-second ones are so low that you'll throw one, the guy won't die, and you'll push in and he'll shoot you. Right? You still have that 1v1. He'll be lower HP, but I mean he's not dead. So the time it takes you to throw two, you could have just thrown one F1 and then
Yeah.
killed them.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's always a negative to it.
Yeah.
And the damage is the biggest thing for me. Like it doesn't do that much damage, and if they see it, they can run into the corner of the room and then
And they
tank a little bit.
survive. Yeah. Okay.
Tarkov has such a fast time to kill that it doesn't really matter on like how low your enemy is most of the time.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I like to believe there are certain grenades for certain situations, like M67 if you're pushing, or like F1 when you are protecting yourself because somebody is pushing you. There is like different scenarios.
Yeah.
It's up to your playstyle, honestly, how
Okay.
you gonna use it.
Okay. Yeah. I want to ask about field of view because apparently this can make bullet drop or sight go funky. But is there anything you guys can say about field of view?
It's not to do with field of view though. Yeah.
I always. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Like, play with what you're comfortable and stay with it.
Mhm.
The
And do
video
some
that
testing,
he's probably
right?
watched to testing,
Yeah,
to your own
yeah.
testing,
Mhm.
you will hit your target no matter what FOV you put it on, right? And scopes. You know, some scopes have lower sensitivities, and some guns have problems with, like the ASVAL with iron sights. They are completely broken, but it's been broken for 2.5 years since the gun has been implemented.
Yeah,
And it's the
yeah.
worst gun to kind of shown with FOV.
Mhm.
Take whatever FOV you like and use it. You'll be fine.
Okay.
That's
It's not a game changer. The issue is
Okay.
there, but it's not a game
Yeah.
changer, I think.
yeah.
Would
Exactly. There
custom
is no
server
good or
go
bad
go
field
Robin?
of view.
Sure.
It's something that you have to enjoy and you like. Like for example, I can't play on 75 because I just can't see anything.
I see. I see.
Same here. I miss
Glasses?
things.
Glasses?
like,
Glasses?
yeah, my eyes doesn't work.
Would
like
custom
that.
servers be good for Tarkov and game population, or maybe like event custom servers once per week, few times per month, or not at all? Custom servers, yeah.
Definitely.
Not for too much if we ask for 64 tick. That's all I would.
Custom server?
Not even asking for 128.
So I remember, I don't know if it was on a Russian podcast or something, but Nikita said they don't want to implement custom servers because it will allow. It was about the offline servers, but I think it could be the
Yeah,
same issue.
It's the
about-
same. It's the same issue.
Yeah,
bro.
it's the same.
Same
Okay.
issue.
Okay.
So a game can be pirated in that case. So
Oh.
I don't think it would be the case.
I
Maybe
see.
after-
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
maybe
I
they will
see.
do it after the game. But I think it will be a lot of fun to actually like. I don't know right now. There's nothing like. There are almost no competitions in Tarkov. I think after the game is released with arena mode, it would
Arena
be fun
mode,
to do something like that.
Okay. What
They
do you
will
guys
host their
think?
own custom servers, yeah.
Anything else, GhostFreak, or should I go? Okay.
No. go
What
for
do
it,
you guys
go
think
ahead.
about the current game state, and what do you guys think about the fatigue system and how it's this guy or this thing is going to affect hatchlings? The fatigue system. The fatigue system. Let me explain, because I watched the podcast 2 times. So if you are overweight and then continue draining your stamina, the fatigue system or the fatigue effect will pop in, and then you will heavily breathe and you'll have some side effects. That's basically it. Should we just wait and not? I don't know.
It's not
mean,
as bad as everyone.
No,
Yeah.
no.
It's really not bad. But yes, we obviously will wait for it.
Yeah,
It's the same
so
as the systems. of
not running
reloading.
around the
Yes.
bush like crazy, right?
Yeah, I know. No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not going to be that much of an impact as well, because I mean we're all gonna kind of get used to it.
That's
So it's
it.
going to be 2 days. Everyone's going to use to it. Someone's going to make a video and be like, "You can do this and this, and you can't do this and this," and then it's going to be over.
Yeah.
Honestly, we need to wait till it's here, and we can also change it. You know, we can vote like, "Hey, Nikita, listen, this is bad."
Yeah.
You know, and that's if all the viewers come to the streamers and be like, "Hey, this you can't do this," we'll go and say, "Hello, you know, we can't do this," and it might just get changed. That's the best thing about it. I love the changes. Changes means it's going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't really state opinion about something we can't test, because seeing this and testing it in actual gameplay, it's 2 different things.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how it used to be with off-rate healing? Everyone was scared that it's gonna make the game like unplayable, and in the end, it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Few extra clicks, that's it.
Yes. I'm sorry if I interrupt you guys from time to time. I'm trying to go to the questions. I really apologize. Yeah, I really apologize. What do you guys think about? Yeah, I asked that question. I want to ask about field of view, because I asked this question. This can make bullet drop. Yeah, Dr. Green. I asked about the question, and the guys basically just said, hey, test your weapons and see what your fit best. What fits your playstyle, you know, and just try the weapon, and if you see that it aims on point, then you know. But I don't think that has so much to do with FOV, and I would recommend you Veritas video without a doubt. Check Veritas video on field of view. It's like it's amazing. It's great. I'm gonna search to see if I can find some more. What would be your advice to players with gear fear? I wanted to ask these questions. Very good, very good. How should the guys get rid of the gear fear?
I'd
I
say.
like- Yeah, sorry.
Go on.
Go.
No, you go, buddy.
No, you first.
I'll send you a message after this. No. basically, I'd say because gear fear is something that a lot of people suffer from. I suffered from it. I think probably quite badly because like I said before, I was thrown into the PC gaming world feet first into Tarkov. I was pooping myself. Right, I didn't know what was going on. I would say try not to run too much gear. Let me rephrase. Try not to run stuff that you can't afford to replace. Remember that. Think of it this way: your gear is tools to get a job done. If you're a mechanic and you fix vehicles, if you lose a tool, you're not going to be worried about losing that tool. You replace it. If you can't afford to replace it, you save up until you can. Okay. I think a lot of people have got an emotional connection to their gear, and once you've played enough and you realize that things come and go all the time, you know, it's not like, oh, I've got this beautiful M4 and I don't want to lose it and I leave it in my stash. You get away from that and it's just like, right, this is a weapon I've got, this is the ammo I've got, this is a job I'm going to do. You know, you move away from, like, with experience, you move away from it. So I think the advice in there is just to keep playing. Don't run things that you can't afford too much. Okay, try and stay on a budget so you don't bankrupt yourself. And just remember that, you know, you might lose a weapon, but then you might gain two the next day. Like gear comes and goes. It's like, don't get attached to it because it's not yours anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? And if all else fails, the game's gonna wipe. So just use it. You know, just use it, enjoy it. You'll be surprised at what you can achieve by taking out that special M4 because it's got great ergo, it's got great recoil. You know, get used to it in the hideout, get used to it on offline, take it out on a raid. If you lose it, don't worry about it. Save up, buy another one, or you know.
Okay.
That's what I'd say.
Spend money to make money.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It works in the real life. I mean, one way is you can kind of like lessen the pain on it, and I've told this to so many guys, is if you build your kick-ass M4, make 3 of them. You know, kind of make the money and make 3 of them, and take 1 out. If you lose it, you have 2 more. But as soon as if you lose your first one, you take your second one, you make enough money to replace that first one you lost, and even, you know, 2 more of the first ones, you'll kind of see that you're just building and building and building, and you keep spending money and keeping it and building it up, and you'll kind of like, I know my gun, I know what it can do, I know how much I can make with it, and then you'll kind of build up a system for yourself. Just don't be like me and steal everyone's guns and not build your own guns. That's my problem.
Okay, guys, BakeeZy and Glorious, did the guys say everything that you guys?
Yeah, they said
do you
everything
agree
correct.
with everything, or is there anything to add regarding gear fear?
I think if there's
Sure.
that's all right. I think if there's an issue for you that you build 3 M4s and you don't get enough money, you die in the first raid, then just play scav raids between all of your normal raids.
Yeah,
And that's it. It will solve the issue.
sure.
Like every time, it's like an answer to everything. A scav raid. You cannot farm money. You join the scav raid. You kill 1 scav on scav violence. You steal scav's gear, and you extract on factory, or you go reserve. Like it's so.
Yeah, it's 200k.
Yeah.
Easy.
Do you guys
so
think? Go for it. Sure, go for it.
No, I mean, like, scav raids are just there for you. I mean, you can have a really bad PMC raid and you go in with a scav and you find 3 dead PMCs and you pick up all this stuff and get them out.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, like, and it's also a great way to just experience the game. Go in as a scav.
Definitely.
Scavs won't kill you. You can walk around as much as you want. You just need to watch out for PMCs and do what you can.
Do you guys think player-made maps will once be a thing, like for offline mode only, and maybe some co-op ones or so? I mean, it definitely could be something, right? Interesting, but is that?
I think.
Yeah.
I think we covered that with the game pirating, right?
Yeah, it's the private servers that it's gonna have an instance of the game running, and they don't want their game on their own created custom servers. Yeah.
What about thoughts on level-based raids? For example, raid balance with similar level players, maybe every 10, 20 players, might give the little guys a chance to learn, do things.
No,
Nikita is against it. Nikita's against it.
Yeah, the beauty of Tarkov is you don't know what's gonna happen in the raid. That's the beauty. That's the thing. People like the unknown in this game is so good.
You don't know if you're gonna run into a 5-man or you're gonna run into no one. MMO skill-based matchmaking is it's the worst thing that comes into a game, and it also pushes away people that are good one day and bad the other day, and then get punished for being bad, and the streak goes on. It's always that hard point of being in skill matchmaking. Plus, you can abuse it. So I mean,
I see.
it
I see.
doesn't stop me to kill myself 400 times, and I'll be in the lowest bracket and make
Yeah.
all the money, and I just do it over
I
again.
see.
Exactly.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's always something you can abuse.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys. I don't want to play on my highest possible level every day. Like I
No.
have days where I just want to chill. And
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to
That's
enjoy
what
the
I
game. I don't want
Yeah.
to make this game.
When you're a beginner player, there is a reason for you to learn the game. That is why you're playing the game. You want to learn, you want to get better. And if you're a good player, you sometimes want to chill and just like kill some people. For example, if you go on labs, you'll probably have fights against highly geared hackers
Yeah.
or good
Okay.
players.
Yeah.
or,
Players.
or if you go, for example, factory, you'll probably fight against newer players, so you always know, like, you know somehow what to expect. But you can get good PvP. You cannot know who you'll fight with, but you can separate it somehow right now already. And there is a reason to play for experienced players and for newer players.
Yeah.
Always. The skill-based matchmaking,
yeah.
the worst players want to prove because they won't play against better players. That's how it works usually. You play against people who are better than you. That's how you improve.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think customs map should be reworked. Custom will be reworked.
It's gonna be reworked, and you can already see the foundations around the map if you go stand in such locations. It's gonna be improved. So same with shoreline.
This is a weird question in like a weird sense. It's a weird question in a weird sense. Let me just read. I've noticed I get a pink symbol in my top corner when there's other players nearby. Is that placebo or is actually how it works?
Pink symbol.
Pink. I get a pink symbol, so probably a red symbol. Your ping is too high, 190 or whatever. When in my top,
Isn't it just internet?
Or
Probably.
is he playing
Internet
with-
unstable.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, is he playing with
Unstable?
FPS 1 and it's saying the RTT, or I don't even know. Like, there's a symbol. The only symbol that pops up on your screen would be high ping.
high ping,
That's
right?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Something
unrelated
smart
with
to
red
say
enemies.
about sensitivity.
Yeah.
The best is the highest possible that you are able to control. Higher is always better because you aim will be faster at the head. So if you could use whatever sensitivity, you would be good. So you just have to max it out for your game skill.
Personal preference. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to
just-
like.
I
Yeah, that's
think
a
a lot-
bad way of saying it. No.
I think like the fact that when you have a higher sense, it feels like you're sniping on targets faster, but it's not actually it, because most of the time, like, even if you can control it, it's not that much faster. I think it's not faster at all.
It's if you go watch myself, Robin, or BakeeZy, or Glorious, or Expert, you won't, and we do our flicks, you will not be able to tell who's got the highest sensitivity.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
having a high sensitivity doesn't mean you're fast. I mean, some people say I'm just as fast as Robin, and vice versa. But it's our sensors are so far above each other. You know, he's
Different,
lower,
different.
but
Yeah.
different, so much different.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
It's
getting
muscle
it
memory.
more in tuned. Yeah, it's muscle memory.
It's muscle
Yeah,
memory.
getting it-
When you flick onto an enemy, you're not thinking, "Oh, there's the enemy. I'm now moving my hand to flick onto it." It's literally, boom, and it's done.
Yeah, yeah,
It's-
yeah.
You think about it after the fact. It's like, okay, I've got the dude. You know, it's just through repetition. It's muscle memory. Don't worry about what your sensitivity is. When I first came to PC, I literally just plugged my mouse in and I'd press go, and I was like, oh, it's a little bit high. I moved it a little bit, and I was like, okay, that sounds okay. And then I've been on that for 3 years now,
And you're doing a good job, and that's it. You got used to it. Yeah.
And you got used to it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to add that if you actually want to improve in your aiming in Escape from Tarkov, especially only in Escape from Tarkov, you need to keep playing the same gear, because your sense would be different with
Yes.
different sets of gear. It's
Very important. Very
People
important.
sometimes don't know that.
Yeah.
Like different armors giving you
Yes,
penalty,
they're
right?
Penalties.
different penalties and
You know,
different
like-
armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and helmets, and
I
I mean
see.
everything.
Helmet.
So when
Even
you
face
mean
shield
gear,
changes
you
everything.
mean the whole
Face shield.
equipment, weapon included. I
Yes.
see. I see.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
Is cheese walking
I
and
don't think-
silent falling? BakeeZy, go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
I don't think weapon makes difference because
No.
it doesn't have penalty. It has ergo difference. Oh, the sway, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Just
overall,
sway of ergo. Yeah, just sway of
Okay.
ergo.
Okay. Is cheese walking and silent falling intended, or are there things that should be fixed?
No,
when you
it's
walk?
gonna be fixed in this patch. It's stealth nerfed or stealth fixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gloria sent me to your channel. To you, can you ask a question from me? I have a problem with gear fear, but not in the way I lose it. But I didn't see point to bring good gear to, for example, customs map where is low profit loot. How? Yeah, hope you understand me.
I mean, that's what GhostFreak said. It bring gear appropriate to your purpose. My purpose is to fight players, so I bring the best gear to fight players. If you're going for loot, you don't have to take level 5 armor and meta HK. It all depends on what you want to do and how you play this game.
Yeah, how you
Okay,
play this game,
okay.
how you have fun
But-
from this game, depending
yeah.
on your goal, right? So if you want to get max profit, you go in with the pistol, right? Sometimes,
Exactly.
sometimes it's better
Yeah, yeah.
because you have more space, two gun slots and that kind of stuff. You go
Yeah.
in with the
It's
pistol.
what you like and what you want to do, nothing else.
Definitely.
Your personal preference. Gas mask or mustache?
Mustache.
Ghost Balaclava.
Mustache.
Gas mask.
Gas mask. You already have a
Bring.
mustache in real life. Why do you need a
Yeah,
mustache?
this
in-
one's too long.
Okay.
Good.
Do you guys think the grenade case is worth adding? Definitely.
Definitely,
Yes.
100%.
Definitely.
I think
Definitely.
you save space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Let me see. Does the panel think that dynamic loot would improve PvP overall?
It's already enabled and it's on servers.
Mm-hmm.
It does move side by side, and you can. I mean, the best thing to look at is Kiba. Kiba's stash will changes week to week, day to day. I can't really say, but I know it changes. So you could have it the one day, it could be really good, and you could run it 15 times, and you could get a gun on the rack or on the walls every single time. And then tomorrow you do it, there's none. It's
Okay.
dynamic looting is
Okay,
kind of
okay. Solomon says, do you guys think that is it good for factory to have 4-6 PMCs? Is it that I think he wants to somehow make the squads smaller in smaller maps?
Smaller or
Smaller?
bigger?
No.
If it
think
becomes
six-
bigger, though, it would be a problem because it would be way too crowded. Like the spawns are way too close to each.
I mean, I think 6 is just perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think
For how big the map is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
factory is
But-
going to be expanded anyway.
Exactly,
As far
I
as
was
I'm
about to
aware,
say,
factory
brother,
is
yeah.
going to become a lot bigger. There's
Mhm.
there should be a whole outside. Either factory is going to be expanded, and then you're going to have probably an outside of factory as part of that map.
Imagine.
or it will
Imagine
be
that.
amalgamated into customs because factories and customs, isn't it? Like it's the same. It's on that location, so factory.
Yeah.
It's going to go either way. It's either going to be in customs. Excuse
The
me,
new
or it'll
expansion.
be-
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially factory. If you stand in factory now on like stripper the stairs, and you look out on the
Yeah.
windows to your far left, you can
Yeah.
see new buildings and everything.
I see,
So
I see.
It's
Okay.
all like slowly being added in.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's perfect for the players. I know that it's more the spawns kind of feel because there's only set spawns, so people know the spawns very well and very good.
Mhm.
And I think that's what makes it like feel
There are
cluster.
more spawns
Yeah.
now, right? It used to
Yeah,
be the
there's
same
a lot
static
more
spawns,
spawns.
but now
Yeah.
more.
More
Uh,
random ones, yeah.
Okay. Abenakio, good that you rephrased it because I didn't understand it. Should every map should have slowing down bushes as reserve has for bush wikis?
It might come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say yes, but it was something that was asked. Yeah, that they want like the hedges on reserve that slow you down when you run through it. They want bushes to be the same way.
I mean, that would make sense, honestly.
I think it would make sense. Yeah. I
Okay.
think it'd be pretty cool.
So we don't know. We honestly don't know.
Will they
But
add
we
a
all
smoke-
agree that we would want it in. so,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Will they add the smoke grenade that only takes one slot? I don't know.
M18 should be.
M18 should be.
A smoke grenade, okay. I wonder if BG goes through with their plans of adding maps with higher PMC counts. Some of these lone wolves might consider running squads. I know for a fact most of them play solo with the occasional duo. Would love to see these guys properly squad up for something like that. With like more PMCs, it's a plan for that. Nikita said, yeah, but it was more of a dream, to add on Streets of Tarkov 40 players, but I cannot see how they.
Bro,
will
that
going
is
to do
crazy though.
I think
For
the
a
problem
video.
would
Oh my
be
God.
with netcode, right? The
Yeah,
overall
net-
server performance is going to be tough for currently.
Okay.
yeah, the
in the current state
infrastructure
of
in
the
the
game.
back end. Yeah, infrastructure in the back end. The main has to kind of hold up all of that happening at the same time. Yeah.
Thoughts
But
on a
it would be a lot
medkit
of
that
fun.
can let you revive teammates? Do you know something about this, GhostFreak? Maybe you have like some information. Diffib in the future.
I think passing out is the nearest thing to it, where you'll have an unconscious phase, like in DayZ, where you would lose too much blood and you would fall over, and your friend has to come in and bandage said wound or stop them,
Yeah.
and could possibly get you up, but nothing to revive you from dead
No,
state. No.
okay.
Yeah, if
what
you look
should-
at the
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Sure.
I was
Go,
going to say,
go.
if you look at the current medical information that you get, we have blood pressure, temperature, toxicity, radiation, and stuff like that. There are things there that indicate that there will be more of a complicated medical system. And,
Yes,
and,
yeah,
and Ghost
complex,
absolutely
yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to have dragon bodies. We're going to be able to move our teammates. We're probably going to be able to move scavs, move bodies, that sort of thing. So I can envision, okay, 3-man team. One of our guys has gone down, lost a lot of blood. We know tourniquets are coming into the game, so maybe we're going to have different bleeding systems, like catastrophic bleeds.
Definitely.
So it's going to be a case of, right, tourniquets on, drag the guy to the extract, third guy cover. There's
Yeah.
going to be more of these things in place for teams to sort of to work with, I think. And obviously, if you're solo and you go unconscious, well, that's bad luck. You're unconscious. Anyone can do whatever they wish.
Mhm. Yeah.
So.
What should be done about the mass increase of hackers in the past few weeks? Have you guys noticed? I wanted to ask this question.
There is a lot. There is so many.
There are a lot, and it's all based on mass release of like cheats. So I mean, you have massive sites which release their own versions and also copy others' versions and adds their own flair to it.
Yeah.
And the majority of those guys got marked or inked and then banned.
Mhm.
And there are ban waves going every 5 days, every 3 days. There are waves going off. They don't announce any of these waves anymore or
Yeah.
say that they have gotten these guys because they want to get the majority of them. And it's all being run by BattleEye and in cooperation with Battlestate. So they are getting banned. It will take a few days. And when that mass cheat got released, it was 5 days. It was literally 5 days, and
Yeah.
they whacked over 2,000
Yeah.
cheaters.
Okay.
So
This is going to be
it's
constant.
time.
Yes,
It will always be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cheats updates, battle updates, cheat
Yeah.
update, battle.
Mhm.
It's going to be constant fight.
Yeah. Okay. How much
And it's
is
not
pre-
only
Go for it,
only
sure.
banning straight
Yeah.
away banning cheaters. They also know like battle also wants to know how they cheat, like how do they
I see.
do it. So they can't just straight ban
Okay.
every new cheat because
Yeah.
they're gonna be coming back.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
you also have to think about those people are actually cheating because there's some of them are actually selling them on different sites, and
They're
that's
making
why
money.
to make in real life money, and that's why they're going into the servers or maps, which they can make more profit on. So example, reserve or labs.
Yeah.
That's those maps
Yeah.
where you actually find a lot of hackers because that's the way they make money.
Mhm,
By finding
mhm,
rare
mhm.
loot. So
But
if you want to avoid them, go different maps, I guess.
But I also want to add there is not as many cheaters as people make it to be.
Oh, really? Okay.
It is not 0.8. It's not 0.8
No.
or
No.
0.7 days. It's honestly not that bad.
Okay.
I mean, I expect to maybe run into. I always say it. I'm like, I'm gonna probably run into a hacker on labs, and I don't. And then sometimes I do, but I don't even know. And that's the biggest thing is like people always think, oh, a hacker killed me, but it's actually just Robin sitting in a bush.
Yeah.
You know.
he doesn't do that. Oh yeah, we get it. We get it.
That's the biggest thing. Is like, there's not a kill cam coming, but there's a more into like medical system coming in where you can pay for to know what I got killed by, where I was shot, and the timing and all that. That's going
Yeah.
to be helping you. I think a lot of the money making schemes people are doing. People don't cheat to make money too much more anymore
Mhm.
because they can't sell money at larger amounts because they can't sell their cases and they can't put in over 200,000 rubles, and it's a better fix. Like people are like, oh, I can't put a lot of money, I can't move in my inventory, but at least you don't have people making or cheating in the game exclusively just to make money and sell it in the game anymore. So it's much better for the end of the at the end of the day.
How
I
much
think one of the
is
main problems with it as well, sorry, is if
sure.
you go to the forum, go to the official forum, go to the cheat mega thread, it I don't want to put numbers on it, but I'd say the majority is just people being outplayed. And there is a lot of server issues at the moment. There's a massive influx of players. I think exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that guy there's a meme at the moment. It's just desync, bro. Yes, there are cheaters. There are cheaters in every single online game ever made. You know, especially so with games that people can make real money from.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it has to do with education of new players and just saying, hey, you know, before going for that accusation button, just maybe look into what you did. We need to, as a player base, better inform ourselves and, you know, sort of take it a little bit easier and not accuse everybody of cheating. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, he shot me in the head. Oh, I must be a hacker. You know, I'm not even a good player, and I've destroyed people in ways that I couldn't even imagine. But it's happened to me, and it's just like, man, GG.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
do we all get killed? We all get killed.
Definitely.
I mean,
It's a part of the
Except
game,
Robin. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
no, he sits in bushes. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. How much
But it
is
is a
free
part of the
firing?
game,
Sorry, mate. Glorious.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying it is that by like dying is a part of the game.
Definitely.
You can't
Definitely.
survive all the rage. You know,
yeah.
that's just how it is.
How much is pre-firing at? Pay attention, guys. This one is important, very important. I'm not saying that the other ones were not important, but yeah. How much is pre-firing at head level an aspect in their gameplay, and is it something to practice on?
In
Definitely.
any FPS game, aiming on head level is useful.
I would say pre-firing in Tarkov is extremely useful. It's more useful than any other FPS game I played, because in for example CS, to pre-fire you have to know you have to imagine approximately the angle the person is holding, and if you pre-fire the angle and the person is holding an off angle, you have to adjust your aim. In Tarkov, when you pre-fire the angle, for example point firing, you're just gonna like spray the whole line and you can shoot all the spots basically.
And eventually
so-
you're gonna get the guy's head. Or so.
And you're gonna get him
Eventually
really
you're gonna
fast.
drag
You're gonna
out.
get him
Okay,
really fast
okay.
because if you have a low recoil gun, it's just gonna be a straight line. You don't have to
Okay.
compensate the recoil
Yeah.
almost.
Okay.
So it's super powerful tool. in the
Okay.
game.
So definitely do it and practice it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And and there is actually a way how to practice it. Like the thing with the pre-fire and all that, like with the hit level as well. Like play with the laser, and when you feel comfortable, play with the IR laser.
Yes.
The one
Yeah,
which is
Uh-huh.
invisible. Like play with the laser. When you're comfortable enough, remove it.
Okay.
Like change it.
Yeah.
And
The
then play without
error's gonna get fixed.
Oh.
So
okay.
Play with a normal laser.
Play
Play
with
with a
the
normal laser.
normal
Play with a
laser.
normal
Really?
laser.
It will
Or
get
play
fi-
without.
No.
Okay.
But wait, will it actually get fixed? Like that without laser,
Won't do
your
a
spread will
purifier.
be.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you actually have to use a laser to
laser.
tighten the spread.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will
So
expose
it's-
yourself, right?
Yeah.
But you're gonna get the advantage of the accuracy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again,
I see.
like
If you're
but
making
again, you
sound,
can
people will
implement.
anyway know where you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or turn it off, and when you go into a fight, turn it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am Puzzler says, and I can answer these questions myself because I know how the guys lose a lot of money, especially Glorious, because I know him because he told me that. Yeah, he says I lose a lot of money on labs. Is that a way? Sometimes I lose, sometimes I make a lot of money. Is that effective to try and improve? It happens to Glorious as well. I think it happens to the rest of the guys as well. Sometimes they lose millions in one day, but they make 20 millions in the other day. So, right?
It's
Is
part
that
of
so,
the game.
guys? It is so, right?
Not
What do you guys
for
think of
some
having
the
a
legends,
map?
no.
Glorious, sorry?
I'm just saying, like for some of the legends who's sitting here, no, I don't think they're losing as much as money. As much money.
Sometimes,
I
sometimes
don't think
everyone
so.
loses money. It's
Glorious is like laughing.
it
Dude,
just
I
depends
don't-
on when you can stop. Like, sometimes you just have to stop to
Yeah.
tell yourself.
Yeah,
to
okay,
stop.
okay.
Yeah.
I
I just
was-
lost 5 million. I
Okay.
think I need to stop.
Yeah, I
This
gotta
is
stop.
really not working.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Honestly.
good night, everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I've died in the same door at the same time. Like it was perfect. The two raids looked exactly the same. I spawned at the same place. I walked to the same door and got shot in the head in the same time. And the third time I spawned in, I'm like, I ran to the door. I'm like, what am I doing? And I go to the other door, and there was literally almost like
door.
someone waiting there. So I mean, you got to change up things. Honestly. I mean, learn from your mistakes at the bit.
Why can't I put some scopes inside my Gamma and some I can't? Because some of the scopes, for being very expensive, Solomon, are being just say protected from abuse. Yeah, the T7.
But I think it's only thermo, right?
Sorry.
Only
The-
thermo you can put in gamma.
Exactly. You can put the other ones,
Yeah.
but the Ripire, and the other one,
IRNV.
the Fleer,
They
the Fleer.
Then
Yeah,
you're
flare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're expensive and it's easy money, and the guys, the dev decided to have a risk for them. So if you find it, it's a risk. Yeah. What do you guys think of having a map where it's only PMCs, where are only PMCs and no AIs?
You're cutting out. Can you repeat, please?
yeah.
Okay, sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
What do you guys
Yes,
think of
sir.
a map where there are only PMCs and no AIs? Arena mode.
Arena mode, yeah.
Would be nice to challenge yourself.
Some
Okay.
of us are waiting for it.
Yeah.
it would be. I'm pretty sure it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, they did. There was an event. Cast your minds back around, I want to say 0.9, 0.8, something like that. And there was a pre-wipe event where there was no AI, and it was interesting. And the game ran incredibly well. Like, I'd never seen frames like that, and I'd never seen smoothness like that. Like, it is something that the devs have tried in the past, and it's might become some sort of like an event. Maybe, when we go into like monthly events or weekly events, stuff like that, maybe they'll do like, okay, for this weekend there's not going to be any AI. All the scouts have gone home or whatever, and it's just going to be pure pure players. And it worked quite well in the past. It was quite enjoyable, and I'm surprised that it hasn't come back since.
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah,
the events,
Pre-wipe.
pre-wipe events.
Mhm.
Yes, there's gonna be more, but I think it's not gonna be as long as it was. Timing is always the thing. People, it's yet again, everyone plays their different styles. People don't want to do it and don't want to play PvP like that, and want to kill scavs, and they don't like the pre-wipe events. I mean,
Mhm.
if it goes on for 2 weeks, the player base, it's
Six.
Everyone
Yeah.
goes
To
crazy.
be honest, we can see from the pre-wipe events when the items get cheaper, a lot of people stop playing because most of the people are probably not playing only for Oh,
he's waiting. Come on.
yeah. A lot of people are playing not only for PvP, not only to fight. Like
Yeah,
when the items get cheaper, you go to labs and nobody presses the buttons. There are no scavs, no raiders for the first
Yeah.
15 minutes of the game, and everybody just fights, and it's a lot of fun for me. But
Yeah.
the player base just dies because it's not about the PvP for a lot of people who are playing.
True.
Viking says, why do the top PvP players look so good? Any tips?
Look good.
Beautiful guys.
You have your glasses on. I don't have my glasses on. I don't know.
Bird oil, bro. That liquid.
Oh no.
How
Oh,
important,
no.
how important is background noise in a sense of a player profiles and outlining in their gameplay? I'm not sure I understand. Let me ask one more time. How important is background noise in a sense of player profiles and outlining in their gameplay? I see.
It's a lot. It's very important.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we are aggressive. Yes, we run, but we know what noise we're making. We know where we stick out. There's a reason why I stand on top of a hill at times and move around and kind of bait people to shoot me. I'm not standing up there because I'm like, I'm a silhouette. I know I'm probably safe and I get shot. No, there's a reason for the majority of things we do. And some people go, oh, dude, you're stupid for standing there. And then someone shoots and misses, and then it happens. There's the chess game. And then we play the chess game and they go, wow, I would have sneaked through there and then got shot by him. And I'm like, see, this is what we mean. It's there's always a reason for the things, and yes, it is very important. We know what sound we make, and we know that what other players sound they make. So ADSing, moving back and forth, switching, grenades. Yeah, this is very important.
Definitely. And
What
also,
chi-
most of the
Sure.
people who's actually playing aggressive are actually standing still as well sometimes. Like, they take a second, listen, go. Take a second, listen, okay, then we go. You know, like,
Yeah.
we just don't press W all the time.
Yeah.
We take a second, listen to the
Yeah.
like,
Get
surrounding,
feedback.
and then you go again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You make noise on purpose sometimes too.
Sometimes.
Like something metal nearby the staircase, metal staircase and labs. You walk there on purpose to make metal sound. You walk
Yeah.
somewhere on purpose to make wooden sound to
Yeah.
To base
fool your
response.
enemy.
Yeah.
You heal sometimes. You use survival kit and then cancel it immediately. There are
Yeah.
so many tricks, different. Like
So
it's just
I've
the
watched
simplest one.
I've watched a Polish streamer, Sheena, yeah, and she's playing
Yeah.
labs. She was playing labs, and she's very good at it. And she was doing a very surprising thing, and that we all do sometimes. She was running in place to somehow make the enemy understand that she's running away. You know, so she was baiting
yeah.
people. You know, so you do it,
Yeah.
you do it sometimes, yeah. And it's a very good tactic, because sometimes the guys are, oh, she's running away or he's running away, the player. You know, let's go, and then they get clapped. Yeah.
Yeah, and many enemies have that like predator feeling. I think like when you're running away, they are just blindly rushing through. And, like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't check anything. They
He's
just
falling
he's
back."
Yeah, he's falling back.
True.
What you guys, two very good questions. Prepare for the second one. I'm gonna give you the second one first, and then I'm gonna go for the first one, if that makes sense. So, best tips for playing solo. Keep that in the back of your mind. And then what do you guys think about the gun recoil and the current state?
No, many people have said that like I would love to control recoil with my mouse,
Like in
But-
Counter Strike or Squad or and so on. Yeah.
but I guess it's not realistic.
Is it not?
Nikita, I think I don't know. I
Recoil
haven't.
pattern, I don't.
So
No, not the recoil pattern. For example, like in
The auto compensation. He's talking about auto compensation.
yeah, I'm talking.
I think PUBG got it super good.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
talking about like for
definitely,
in
definitely.
PUBG you can compensate recoil.
Yeah.
You can compensate recoil, but the recoil pattern is almost non-existent. And in
Yeah.
many games it is like this right now. You just have to pull, and then you have to improvise. Like you have to feel where to pull, like
Yeah,
when it comes
yeah.
to the
Yeah,
sides,
yeah,
right?
sure.
Yeah.
I would love to have it in Tarkov, so you can approximately pull your. It would
Yeah.
add some skill gap
Skill.
to the game as well, which I would love
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
But I don't like auto recoil compensation.
Yeah,
but I
so-
don't know what's more realistic.
Okay.
yeah. So it's like I said, it's not like they are realistic things in the game, and it's not they're touching on the simulator stuff like a little bit, but it is a game at the end of the day, and it's more about I feel like it's your character. That's what makes it so special. Is you have a set of skills. Your playstyle dictates like your endurance, and you want to be faster. You do this. You do this. Your playstyle will level up your skills. And if you're stronger, you want to throw further, you want to shoot better, you recoil control and all this. And you have to remember that your character, is doing your work with him. It's your two people doing things, right? So your guy is also controlling recoil for you. It's kind of like a helping hand. And we, as competitive players, we would want all the control, full control.
Yeah.
And I mean, it would make the skill gap massive. It would honestly make the skill back massive, because if you have CS players, if it's like putting CS players versus new people that have never played CS playing against each other, and they have to control recoil, it would be so hard. That's why it's like it is a game for everyone in a sense, and if you can excel at what you do, yeah.
You know what I would love to see? Of course, there's RPG element, that the auto recoil compensation. But for example, when you have maxed out, for example, assault rifle skill or recoil control, you get less recoil, but you can compensate it yourself. Right now, when you compensate recoil, it's super messy because there's auto recoil compensation stuff. You just should get probably less recoil when you have a higher skill, and then if you have lower assault rifle skill, you can compensate it yourself. Like you have barrel attachments in other game, like in PUBG. If you have barrel, you have a grip, and you have other stuff, you have less recoil. If you don't have a grip, you have more recoil, but you can compensate it yourself. Do you understand what I try to
Yeah, yeah,
explain?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
I think it would be cool.
I know for a fact that Nikita doesn't want the weapon to go up in the sky when you shoot it. I know that that's why he
Yeah.
implemented the auto compensation. He
Yeah.
said it multiple times. Now, is the game in a good state? I would say yes, except I don't know what you guys think, but I cannot imagine a battle rifle like the FNFL being a laser. Do you guys find that realistic?
No, I honestly
Well,
would love.
sorry.
I mean, I was gonna say I would love something like PUBG has in this game because
Okay.
I think like Ghost said, it requires some skill, but also I don't know how many of you shoot guns IRL, and they don't really have recoil that people
Recoil.
think they have.
Yeah.
Like I was shooting AKMs, and trust me, they feel just like 545 AK in this game. It's really not as
Mm.
bad as people make it to be.
Okay.
It's not like you're gonna shoot to the sky. It doesn't work like that in real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, weapons don't. When you do fire a weapon on, especially in extended burst, your gun doesn't go up in a linear fashion, and you have to think and go, "I'm going to pull it down."
Yeah.
Like there's none of
No.
that in real shooting.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not.
So I mean, when you wanna, I mean, the best example I could give is shooting an AK full auto with your hands, just with your hand,
Mm-hmm.
as this, right? No holding it in the front. It's not just gonna go up like that.
No.
The gun can only put so much power out that it will start chugging and will go like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
won't go all the way up, and that's kind of like the system that happens. My father's a collector, and I've shot and I own multiple fells.
Okay.
And I've shot a full auto fell, and I can get very good
Oh,
groupings in.
really?
And I don't mean it
Okay.
needs to. Yeah, I don't mean it needs to be in the game the same way. Obviously, this is it will also cause gun jamming. You know, shooting it with the hand. I'm just giving a demonstration on it. I know there's a lot of people that are already going, "Oh, but the gun would." Calm down. We're talking about a game, right?
Yeah. Sure. Definitely.
It's not easy, but it is one of the best recoil ways I've seen in a game.
Oh. Okay.
Tarkov.
Really? Okay. Okay.
Yes. But I
think-
don't agree with having it lasered. Obviously, there needs to be balance in
Yes,
everything, in all
yes.
the guns.
Okay.
So it is very hard. It's very hard because we could have this fight for a long time.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this for the last question, guys. For the last question, because we are talking almost 3 hours, and I would still stay, but I guess you guys have weekends to start, and all that stuff, and we will definitely talk for the next episode where we are going to be doing a raid with one of you guys on customs, for example, with GhostFreak. And GhostFreak will tell us some secrets of that map, and then we're gonna go labs with one of you guys, and then we're gonna go factory with the other guy, and then we're gonna go some other map with the next guy. Yeah, let's do this for the last question. Some of your best tips for a solo player, because most of you guys play solo.
I honestly solo is hard. I mean, I could give the best thing I could say to improving your gameplay as a solo player. Doing this would improve everything you do. Is knowing your equipment and knowing that you can aim where you shoot and do what you do, right? So knowing that your PC can run the game good, right? So you're not going to become better if your game runs at 30 FPS, right? No one's going to improve like that. But knowing that your system can run the game and it can be stable, you will see a gradual increase of your player skill. So definitely knowing that your stuff runs the way it's supposed to is going to be a massive improvement.
Okay. Guys, anything else?
I think consistency is a great tip. As it was mentioned before, staying consistent in your loadout as much as you can. Learn your weapons inside and out. Learn exactly where your shots are impacting at different ranges. Try to stay as consistent as possible when it comes to sights, body armor. try and build up as much muscle memory as you can, because that's what will get you out of a pinch. You can only prepare for so much. You can't prepare really to flick onto someone's head. So the more you can stay consistent, the better your map knowledge. Use the same headset every time, stuff like that. The more
Yeah.
consistent you can be, the more your gains will be. You'll see yourself improving. You'll see yourself getting better at the game,
Yeah.
and that will then encourage you to carry on, and you'll naturally progress. So don't switch your loadout every time. Buy 10 MP5s and run them until you run out, and then decide, okay, I might go on to something else. And yeah, gear up for what you're trying to do as well, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
when you play solo, you need to utilize the advantages you have, and two main advantages you have is first the sound, because your teammate doesn't make any sound. You don't have to concentrate on.
Yeah.
You can all hear everything that is happening and know it's not you, and know where the sound do come from. And the second advantage you have when playing solo is that you can choose your own pace. You don't have to care about anyone else. You just stick to your pace, play how fast you want, whatever you want. Like, you want to play fast, you want to play slow, it doesn't matter. Just do what you want to do.
Okay. Okay. I would say, would you guys want to add something else? If not, I'm gonna tell you guys to quickly announce your schedule and your stream and so on. And if you want to do something else, now is your chance, guys. And why not? The guys should definitely have the possibility to follow you or to come and visit you guys when you guys stream, because you are the guest of the podcast and you definitely deserve it. So I would start with I think the guy that's prepared, Glorious. I don't know, Glorious on the left side is probably talking with the chat. Dan, I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah, sure. So I stream Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. UK time. I'm usually on for around 7 to 8 hours. As we were mentioning at the very start, I'm kind of more of an immersive player. I spend a lot of time not looking at my screen. I tend to look a lot at the chat rather than what I'm doing, which gets me into trouble sometimes. But yeah, it'd be great to see the extended community. Like we've of course we've got a big group here, and
yeah, definitely.
a lot of the people, a lot of the Tarkov viewers and stuff like that, community members, they do go around. So if you're my community, guys, if you're part of the Dink Squad, please go and show some love to our friends here, and vice versa. I'd love to see new faces as well. So please feel free to to get around and get to know everybody. There's some really
Sure.
really cool
Sure,
people in the
definitely,
community.
definitely. BakeeZy, you're muted. Now
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not muted.
thank you. Yes. The same thing. I stream usually daytime European time. I focus mainly on entertaining and having PvP. I usually don't try hard that much, and I try to do something. Oh, plugging the merch. I try to do that. Entertain my viewers. Usually look at the chat as well. So much time. So much of the time I play. I do speak Russian and English on my stream. So if you're a Russian viewer, if you want to speak Russian on stream, you can join. And also, I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure that all of my community members know all of you guys, every one of you, and they hang out in your channels. I'm 100% sure. And if for some reason you don't know any of the people represented here, please go ahead, join their channels, leave a follow, and maybe catch them up later. Thank you
Definitely,
for so much
definitely.
for opportunity and having me here.
Sure, sure. Glorious.
Well, yeah, well, I think I'm the most newest guy in here in the chat, so like definitely, as everyone knows, like Robin taught me this game, and I'm always saying this every single day. Like if someone says, "Bro, you're so good," I always say, "Bro, come on, man, you haven't even seen the big boys yet." Like, and I'm always saying like those names, and I'm saying, "Bro, I'm just a shitter. I just learned the game. Like I'm no one." Like that's what I say every single day, and like and and I'm always saying like, yo, go check him out. You'll see different style. You'll see how the big boys are playing. Like me, I'm just running around playing COD. I don't even play EFT. Like the way it should be played. But definitely, if you guys don't know these guys, make sure to check them out and give them some love. Like I know for a fact some of you guys are like having people who comes into my chat and giving me love, and I also talk Danish, English, and Turkish as well. So if you guys are up for it, more than welcome.
Definitely. GhostFreak, your turn.
I feel bullied. I pretty much stream 5 o'clock in the afternoons, so GMT2. If anyone wants to join, I know my guys will definitely go follow these wonderful fucking streamers, and I've seen most of you guys come from down under to where you guys are now. It's fucking, I love the community for doing this. It's really fucking wonderful. Everyone can find their playstyle with any streamer, and it is just it's honestly, this is what makes Tarkov the way Tarkov is. I love it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't really I don't really know what to say. I mean,
Okay,
if you
all
want to
good.
watch me sit in the bush, you could watch Robin sit in the bush. It's
Yeah.
always good.
That's entertaining, yeah.
Yeah.
Afrikaans, Danish, and English, or only English?
Oh,
Only Czech?
I just keep straight English. There's too many people that want to chat to me, and I'm just like, what are you saying? At times I just can't keep up.
Okay. Robert?
So I do stream basically daily. Usually my Tuesdays are off. I stream late time, European time, start around 10 p.m. and go for depends of something between 6 and 10 hours usually.
Okay.
Like I said, all you gonna see at my stream is like PvP entertainment and also interaction, because for me, interaction with chat is the most important part of the stream. And if you want to chill with some chill music in the background, with interacting with me a lot, and if you wanna see me kill GhostFreak a few times a stream, then come join. And I'm pretty sure my community also knows everyone here, because we like as they said already, we share our communities, and this is really great thing about Tarkov. And yeah, that would be it.
Perfect. My closing message would be, I really hope that the rest of the community, and I've seen at least 2 streamers here with us, and by the rest of the community, I mean the streaming community. I really hope that the rest of the community's streaming community is going to be doing something like this, sharing the love, which you guys said, which is, I think it's very, very important. Let's not try to make it a competition and I have more viewers and you know, let's not try to make it like that. Let's try to make it like a kind of a brotherhood or something like that, you know. Hey man, you're a very good friend of the stream, I'm gonna send, stuff like that. So I really hope that the rest of the guys who are maybe watching, and who knows, maybe some of the devs or so, maybe they are just passing by and maybe they are here exactly in this moment, maybe they will encourage this a bit more, because I think it's great what's happening. It's great here, and I think a lot of the guys have learned a lot, or have got or are gonna go home, or I'm gonna go to bed with a lot of feedback from us, right? I think that's like the most important thing, right? Very important.
Yeah.
And overall, like one of the major pillars, one of the fundamentals in gaming overall is try to have fun, right? Don't do it too hard on yourself. Don't,
Exactly.
cringy, and
Definitely.
try to have fun.
Definitely.
Okay, perfect.
It's a game though.
Without a doubt, sure, definitely. Any last words? If so, go ahead. If not, we're gonna close it here, and then we will talk to you guys then for some other time.
I love you guys.
Twitch
I'm a big
Prime.
fan.
Twitch Prime. Anyone?
Twitch Prime.
You heard about
Always
Twitch Prime?
with the Twitch Prime.
Hey, show some love to the host of the podcast, guys.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
really.
He also deserves.
Thank you so
right?
much for
Definitely.
organizing it.
Exactly. Thank you for the opportunity. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. I've known you for a while now, Red, and yeah, you're absolutely smashing it, buddy. Keep up the great work. Keep people coming in and talking. Like, this is good. This is amazing, and you're absolutely right. It'd be great to see the wider community and seeing other people, running events, podcasts, and that sort of thing. So you're really leading the way on this, buddy, and a lot of respect to you, and thank you for inviting us all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So without a doubt, we will talk some other time, and we will have to continue this series that we started. Yeah. And to be honest, when just to tell I don't know, maybe funny story or so. I was thinking about inviting GhostFreak, and I was talking to Robin. Hey man, what do you think he's gonna? And then Robin said, "Hey man, let me talk to him immediately." And then 20 minutes after that, he said, "GhostFreak is gonna come," and I was like, "What?" So amazing.
I mean, you just need to ask. I mean, I could have gotten anyone that wanted to come up. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like for me, I felt the same. I've always felt like, oh, I can't ask Robin to go play with me, or squad up. He's probably busy. He's probably doing his thing, and I'm just sitting here doing my thing.
Yeah.
You should always go into those communities and fucking just ask.
Yeah.
Honestly, just ask private messages. Be like, hey, you want a deal? And then be like, hell yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm playing with a lot of lower tier streamers up and coming.
Awesome.
And I love like taking them up for a run, and they freak out. I don't know why they're freaking out. I'm just a normal person,
It's not like
Robin
that.
freaks
It's
out,
not like
but-
that, guys. It's not like that. When I look at you
Yeah.
guys who have like
Normal
2,000 viewers or so, there's that level of respect, and the humble guy understands that. Maybe a kid or so doesn't understand and goes rude and all that stuff. But for us, it's man. The guy is in the topper echelon. He's not with me, man. And it is like that. You should respect someone who's up there doing a better job than you. Who knows? Maybe for now, maybe you're gonna, you know what I mean? But you definitely deserve it, man. To have 2,000 and 4,000 viewers, you're doing something good, brother. Yeah, definitely. And not only you, Robin started streaming full time not too long time ago. I mean, how many months or years, Robin?
He's like 9 months of streaming right now.
You see, and he's all up there with the big guys, and then BakeeZy as well, extremely talented player, man. The Glorious as well, learning from the best, and then Dan having his like amazing viewer attention. This is I mean, what you guys are doing, it's incredible. Definitely, yeah. That's what I want to see with the rest of the guys, and that's what I somehow I said this from the beginning. I'm gonna organize this stuff because I want to somehow keep this community more united, and that's why I tried to talk with Sigma and then with Clean and with the rest of the guys. And I know that in the future, and I'm very happy because Deadly responded and Deadly said, "Hey man, in the future ask, and then I'll probably join." We'll definitely do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure, Glorious.
before
Go for it.
I just want to say thank you, Jedi, for giving me this opportunity
Sure.
to sit here with all these legends. Like, again, I'm a new player. Like, I haven't been here since 0.8 or 0.11. I started actually at the end of 0.11, like towards the end wipe,
Yeah.
late wipe. That's where I started. So for me being here with these legends, it's an honor for me. Thank you guys for giving me this opportunity, and also being a part of this beautiful community, which like I haven't met any community like Tarkov
Amazing,
before.
yeah, amazing.
It's
Yeah.
like it's crazy. Everyone is helping each other. If someone say I'm broke, bro, I've
Yeah.
seen people who's giving them thick cases, red key cards. It's like it's so insane. They don't even know each other. Like this community is just something else. Like it's
It
not
is,
like
yeah.
Counter-Strike. It's not like PUBG. It's not like I don't know. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
And thank you guys.
Sure. Okay, guys. So have a great evening or great rest of the day. The streamers, yeah, we're gonna still be streaming because we got some giveaways to do. And it was my pleasure having you guys here, and I'll contact you guys when we have to do some raids because we need to do part 2, part 3, and so on. Yeah, you guys have a great stream, and salute your guys on your streams, and then we'll talk some other time. Yeah.
See you live in 10 minutes, guys.
Come to my channel, Okay, guys, have a great
Take
one.
care.
Bye
Much
bye.
love.
It was
Take care,
an
guys.
honor
Take care.
and a
Thank you
pleasure.
so much.